Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Zero, and just gonna come and talk for a minute, see how things are going. Yeah, I don't know if anybody came through yet, but we will. I will get it started in just a minute. I want to give people a little time to come on in. I guess. I guess it might be a little late because people are. I guess they're doing other stuff, and it is. Whether people will come or don't come, I give my little time in, I guess, and I guess that'll be it. I should have played a lot earlier, but that's my fault. But it is what it is. So I guess yeah, I guess I'll just wait. But if it okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna start putting some links here because people start coming through. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Much appreciated. So yeah, let me let me say, dang, I done picked the wrong thing. But okay, I'm gonna put the link to my Twitter and my IG first, and then I just start talking. I don't really too much to talk about today. Wanted to get more conversation here. Well, I should do a lot better than planning certain stuff. Should coordinate if I'm doing it. Do more of this or just plan really, really early. My Twitter and my IG, you know, follow them if you're interested. Yeah, and I mean, it's the title of it. Like think about that Babyface song, It's the Cool in You. And I remember for the longest time I did not know Babyface did that song. I don't know why, but since I was around when the song was out, but then again, I really never paid much attention to. I never really knew who sung what. For oh man, for the longest, I used to hearing songs and I didn't know who sung them. It would just drive me crazy not to know who sung that song. But thankfully, there is this thing called Shazam that works wonders as far as making as identifying songs and whatnot. And and as far as that, like it's very interesting that I can find like almost any song. I mean, I guess unless it's like an original song that hasn't been really been put out anywhere, then you you won't be able to actually get that one. But yeah, I should have probably did this on should have did this on Saturday. I didn't want to wait too late. I would have normally probably if I didn't do it early, I would just did it like really late at night. But I didn't want to really wait that long. So hey, Pace, how you doing? I'm just chilling out. Matter of fact, gosh, yeah, how you doing tonight? I know you had your live and all that. Now, really, I was planning on coming on earlier, but I just kept kept holding off on it. And I was like, well, if I don't do it now, I mean, I could do it late, but I don't know how many people be up that late. So I definitely didn't want to do it at a time where people might not be up. Oh, I'm doing, yeah, just chilling. Yeah, I mean, I kind of, you know, I don't know. I think you probably around when I did. I don't know if you were around when I was doing bridge builds. I hadn't did it in a minute. It's like, oh no, this ain't really late for me. I mean, it might be late like on a regular on a regular weekday, but weekend. I mean, yeah, maybe on a regular day this might be late because I would have to get up in the morning. But since the weekend, this is. I mean, this ain't really late for me, but it might be late for some other people. So, because believe me, I am not a morning person. But have you up in the morning? If I want to get off early, get off, later on. So that's how that goes. And I mean, if I had a job that was like had a good time, like I can get up and get off, I wouldn't really mind it. Yep. Yeah, the weekend. Oh man, yeah. I ain't think the weekend would ever get here. I mean, besides like, to celebrate the birthday, that kinda eased the tension, kinda made the week a little more meaningful. Yeah, it's pretty much everything else is pretty everything else is I mean, as far as the rest of the weekend, it was just man, I thought Friday at work was never gonna end, and I'm glad it did. Let me see. Yeah, so that pretty much everything has as far as work was like, man, thought it's like they would get ready to go home, look like everything is done, and then the supervisor just starts bringing in some more stuff, more things, and like, okay, fine, you brought some more stuff. All right, cool. They said, okay, do this. They ain't tell us we were done though like that, which I'm just like thinking everybody else is leaving, so I don't get why we not getting done. But I mean, we were, and then like one of the like the guy who's like riding like doing the forklift tells one thing. I asked him, this is what what the things are and how just trying to get all the information. And he told me that it's okay, cool. So I did it just like he said he'd do it. And then supervisor said, "Oh no, it's supposed to be this way and that way." And I'm like, I asked the guy several times. I asked him several times what it was, and he was saying no, because like supervisor when they, cause like yeah, like I think I mentioned before, work with a lot of work with some not a lot of them, but I think half of them are Mexicans, but work with some of them and the supervisor's Mexican, work with drivers Mexican. So pretty much both of them, had to, both of them, are working together, like pretty much like the Mexicans there, they'll come for them. Like if they do something wrong, that the supervisor just gonna come for them, and somehow trying to make it your fault. So like, yeah, if you're you black, yeah, It's gonna be your fault no matter what. Even when the supervisor mess up, he'll try to turn on you. And I'm like, oh no, no, you ain't turn on me because you messed up. No. And when I start really getting at him about it, he quickly tries to change subject and move on. Like, I mean, it's like I never seen him once take responsibility for his mistakes. Like, I mean, one time when he actually did something, try to blame us. Like, no, this is your fault. You did this because he tried to blame us. Like, nah, mm-mm, this is all you. You the one that wanted to make sure you messed up. And it's funny, like the supervisor who was at the job, he doesn't even know how to do everything. Like, have him come over there overseeing and all that. Cause that's what I'm saying, you oversee it. But yeah, he's over there trying to watch everybody, and I was like, okay, you're trying to watch everybody, but you don't know what you're doing. I just gotta find that funny. I was like, well, oh yeah, he is definitely childish. Yeah, it is acting like that. Like I say, like the forklift driver, like almost ran over like almost ran over to like two people. I mean, no punishment, no punishment at all. And I mean, nothing happens. I'm like, that's negligence. He should at least been, somewhat punished. Like, if he didn't lose his job, he should be somewhat punished. But normally, with something like that, because you in a machine that could potentially kill somebody, even if they saying in the guidelines, well, the forklift always has a right of way. I was like, guess you could say that, but then again, that person's in a death machine, and if it hits you, you're done for. And it don't matter what you say about had the right of way or whatever, they gonna look at it as vehicular manslaughter or vehicular. They gonna probably manslaughter because it ain't gonna be intentional unless it has a be. Then it's vehicular homicide. I guess that's the right term. But yeah, Paige, if you want to come on up, you're more than welcome to. But but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he could have hurt somebody, and no one's done nothing about it. I mean, that's how the Mexicans do. Like, I can't even tell you. I remember, like, the machine that we used to do work. It broke down, and supervisor wanted everybody doing all kind of stuff. Like, even people that come in for overtime didn't even didn't even really do the normal job they do because the machine was broken down. And next thing you know, like all the all the black folks, and I guess maybe like I think maybe like one white dude left. Cause like pretty much all the white dudes that come and do the job that we do, and they can't even handle it. Shoot, they they run up out of it. Like, I mean, most folks run up out of it anyway. But I think I've only seen one white dude like last. I mean, it was like another one that was there, but I guess he got hurt, and I guess he decided not to come back. I don't know if he's coming back or not, but yeah, yeah. So like, they had the black folks doing all this ridiculous extra stuff, trying to keep people busy, and while we over there doing extra stuff, all the Mexicans sitting around chilling, talking. Like they would say, having their hands in their pockets. And I'm just like, it's so they chill and cut up and all that. They get to laugh and joke or whatever. And you're sitting around talking, and he's of course he's not gonna say nothing to them. And but let us do that. Oh, you said, come on guys, you get back to work. Come on guys. So I just find that silly. It's just like, okay. And I mean, supervisors done done ticked off enough people to warrant a beat down, and he is lucky that like the people that really want to get beat down want to keep their jobs for now. But I say the moment that job is gone, or they just say the wrong thing, like some race or something like that. Yeah, they about to catch them hands. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? Yeah, they gonna catch some hands. And, oh yeah. Now thinking about it today. I mean, yeah. Per page and Sunday. Y'all want to come up? I put the link, put stream y'all link in the chat if y'all want to come and talk too, if you feeling like it. But yeah, like earlier today, before I uh before I was at before I had to work, it was like somebody had added me. It was somebody at least somebody I thought I knew, and so it was like on IG. I got added. I was like, okay, let me follow them. Let me follow them back. I mean, the picture, looked the same. I didn't really. I mean, I didn't see no post or anything like that. But the thing about it was, like, the person I knew, she didn't really, post on. She didn't really know, like, she didn't really work with the internet like that. So pretty much all that is gonna be like. So I mean, the whole thing with her not having any posts or anything like that, I could see that because she probably didn't really know much how to work it. So, so it's okay. And then I get a message and hello, how you doing, all that, and then I'm like, fine, don't happen because it's somebody I know, name the person I use, somebody I use, and somebody I know in real life, somebody I'm really close with, and and then they start talking about, you heard about this IMF grant, little grant they giving to people to help with with your bills and all that. I heard of IMF. I didn't know they had a grant. And he said, yeah, they have a grant. It's I can help you if you want to. And then once they said that I'm like, yeah, that don't sound. Then once they said that, I was like, okay, that don't sound right. You can't be her because for one, you for one, you are not. She had a grant. She just called me up and tell me she has my number. Well, I thought well, at least I thought at the time. I guess I found out when I when I called her later on, found out that she had lost half her contacts. So yeah, it's with that. So it's like yeah, so I'm like and we say that I'm like, oh no, that don't even sound right. And then like they had like question marks, like they're waiting for something. I'm like, I can help you how you want to. So that's why I stopped talking. Then I really looked at it. I was like looking at how she wrote it. And like, hello, hello, how are you? And it was like, I said, then I thought about saying, no, she don't respond like that. That is not her. Cause she don't say hello. She'll say, hey, zero. She'll say that. I say, what up, cuz? Something like that. But no, not no hello. I'm sorry. The person that was trying to imitate her sounded too formal. So I already knew that wasn't true. But then after so I knew it had to be some kind of scam. So I just went and looked it up. And it turns out that this is a scam that people are doing, using creating pages, pretend to be the person's friends. And oh man, yeah. I was like, man, it was like a whole big con game going on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like the scams I be seeing the most, they be that people be trying to give me all like them cash flips. I'm like, that is not a thing. You can do the cash flips you want to, you gonna flip and lose all your money because there ain't gonna be no returns. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing a video talking about that, like the scams, because I got one video I should be doing. But yeah, when I seen that, I was like, man. I mean, like after I seen that scam, I went and called her. I mean, I guess she was busy, but I texted her and told her, somebody was using your account, so it's your name. Oh yeah, the Cash App. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Cash App scams, but yeah, when I contacted her and told her that somebody was using her name, she's like, oh no, so yeah, he said let everybody know that ain't me, and I told her I was, and I am, and when after I did that, I reported the account. So I don't know if IG's gonna do anything about it, but it definitely it's definitely an account that should not be there. So so yeah, so pretty much I'm making sure that that person can't go around pretending to be this person, because what happens if someone believes that this is her, and then a lot of people get scammed their money. They gonna think she did it. Now, people that really know her gonna know that that ain't even her. She don't even talk like that. But people will believe that though, if they don't know that person at all or very well. So that's yeah. I mean, IG encouraged me to to have them report it to them. So I'm a oh yeah. And I mean, I just looked it up like after I contact her about it, but I'll tell her like to report to IG so that they can stop that. But I don't know why you got to go through all that just to do that. Like, hey, take it down until you figure it out. It'll be like a lot of stuff with IG. With IG, IG be kind of weird on certain stuff, especially man, I remember I had one post I put up, and it was like it wasn't even something I wrote. It was just like stuff that I had seen. I had certain community to address this. If this is not y'all doing this, I say, hey, someone is, maybe hijacking your movement. I put it like that, and I think like within 14 minutes, Facebook sent some independent fact checkers. I mean, I didn't know not Facebook, IG. I didn't know IG even had independent fact checkers. I didn't know what it was until that happened. They were saying, well, we need, we're the post because fact checkers have proven that this is not true about this. I'm like, never said it was. I mean, but then again, I think that they have these fact checkers are trying to suppress certain information. If you're a certain group, I think you're being think you're part of a certain group, you can have these fact checkers, kind of suppress information and whatnot, which is kind of which is ridiculous. But I'm not surprised. Not surprised they're doing that. And I guess ain't too surprised that IG is doing that because I guess now it's run by Facebook too. I guess Facebook already crazy. I was like thinking like Instagram, Facebook, because I don't think Instagram was run by Facebook at first. I don't think. I'm not sure, but I have to find that out later. But yeah, it was just like IG was pretty much. Me, I don't even use social media much. I'm trying to use a little more for for my channel because I have to use Twitter and Instagram. But if anything, I'll use Twitter more than anything. But I don't know how long. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but I guess yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, Facebook. Yeah, I'm rarely even on there. Face, man, don't get me started on Facebook. Facebook, man, Facebook really get on my nerves. I think I even really even get on Facebook, but really get on it. I think the last one I went on it was I think yesterday. It was just to later to thank everybody for their birthday wish. That's it. Only thing like my Facebook is it's like they want you to use your your government name. And as far as me, I don't. I mean, I don't consider my government name my real name, but the Facebook wants to tell you what your real name is. I'm like, how are you gonna be? How you gonna tell me what my name is? I mean, it's like even my name Zero. And I do consider Zero my real name, but even my name Zero. Some people actually have the nerve to tell me that like I don't like your name Zero. Like who who told you? Who asked for your opinion on my name? Tell me I don't like it. And then like some people they find my government name, they want to call me my government name because they don't want to call me Zero. They want to call me Zero. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna be one of those people. And I mean, like, people are like, oh well, I don't know why you're getting so upset. It's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, it don't seem like a big deal at first, but to be truthful, people do that, like call you by a different name than the name you told them what it was. That's unless they told you, hey, you call by that name. I mean that's being really disrespectful. Like it's not like overt. Well, it is overt, but it's not. It wouldn't be considered big as far as a lot of disrespectful things, but it's more like that disrespect. Like if you don't check it right away, it could be something big. I mean, it's like really they just undermining you. They really undermining you. Yeah. Now, I mean, I use my government name for like business, for like business work and all that, because I don't really want them to even know my real name. So, it's like, since it's on a sheet of paper, they assume it's my real name. So I'm like, okay. But I mean, I gotta tell people like this, like, I mean, who like, find my government name. Okay, well, you know my government name. Okay, cool. Now, maybe if you want to keep using that, I mean, And if we're cool, like I can be like, hey, if you want to keep using my government name, I can ask you, I can take you out of like people I'm cool with, and then put you in people I don't really deal with like that. I can put you in that column, put you in that box if you want to be. I can put you in that area if that's what you want to. If you want to go with that, because I mean, it's like it's like okay, you can't tell me what my name is, and you can't, and and the funny thing about it, and I hate to say this, but most of the people who have actually, really just like, really just undermined me were were black women. I mean the ones that did it anyway. They just happened to be black women. And I'm just like, man, I was like, I mean, it was like almost like they were arrogant. Even if I remember one time I even told them like, okay, I even said like, okay, well it's legal now. You just say it, just see what she gonna say. And even then, he's like, I'm still not gonna call you that. So so then when she started doing that, it was like she had this real big thing about not wanting to call him zero. I'm like, hold up. Yeah, and I mean I could see like, yeah, if you knew my government name and then I just changed it up. Okay, it takes time to adjust. Okay, I can give you that. But you only get so much time to adjust. But yeah, she was like really just on like, oh well, she wouldn't even say it. Like, oh, I was like, really? Wow, really? You just really gonna be that disrespectful? That's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, okay. So it's got to the point like where it would get to the point like where I just wouldn't even answer, even if I knew she was talking to me. I'm like, you ain't got my name, shoot. I ain't hear you. Yeah, I mean, and this woman was probably like, I would assume she was probably in her 50s. If I would take a guess, woman's in her 50s. I would take a guess if I had to take a guess. Now, I mean, some women more respectful and actually, respected, the fact that I had my name changed. But yeah, just like some people, like if it's some sound out of the ordinary, oh, it's they kind of look at they kind of like just feels kind of way about it. And it's like the funny thing about it was if I did not have a name, like if I did not have a name like Zero, and I said like Brian or something like that, even not legally on there, nobody would question it. Nobody. If it was like, typical name you would hear, nobody would question it. But because my name doesn't sound real, and I think you're looking at it like, oh, well, it's just a nickname. No, it's not a nickname. It's just thing about it is like, as far as my name, I just don't. I don't want that name in the system. So I don't want the government to own my name. It's my name. But yeah, it was yeah. I think I had like folks on YouTube do that too, and it was like it was so annoying because like before I had this, before I changed my channel to channel name to Zero the Infinite, my channel name was Zero Kelvin, and people thought my name was Kelvin. I'm like, no, I just add that on there because like my dad's name used to be Zero K, and I named myself at temperature absolute zero. So at temperature zero is 0 degrees Kelvin, so zero K. So zero K. That was like I was just putting what the K meant on the YouTube channel. But I mean, originally when I made this channel, I just meant it just be like a personal channel, and I was never planning on making any content on here. So so yeah, with all that, like that was just a lot of I mean just a lot of people saying it. I had to like go back correct, like, yeah, my name is Zero. I mean, even every now and then you have somebody try to call me, infinite or infinite because they rather not say zero. And I'm like, no, I'm zero. I get what you're doing. Maybe it might be, might be thinking you're doing that out of politeness, but it's misguided. I mean, or some people just like try to, because they try to go to the one that sounds better. They think it sounds better. Since people think zero means nothing, which that's not even true at all. Zero is kind of like the balance, but it's that when people don't look deep enough and stuff. Yeah, like zero's the number between zero's the number. Well, it's not. It's a number, but it's like zero is nothing and everything at the same time. Did you ever notice like how like zero is never really negative, but then again, it ain't really positive either. It's that balance. So I mean, it's just like and it's just something like kind of like stumbled upon. Like when I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, because like first when I had actually I was named myself Zero K, and they had people call me Zero. I remember like hanging with my friends and like he was doing he was doing a show, but I think he was doing a show, but he was and I think like after he did his show, we were I was talking with some people there. And I was talking to her, and then like talking to one lady, she was telling me, "Oh, zero days, that's quite an interesting number." And she told me about the zero effect, and when she told me about it, she was pretty much telling me how the zero effect, uh, you know, s- telling about zero effect. Pretty much zero effect is like when you put the biggest number you can think of in front of you, and then you multiply by zero, you pretty much wipe out the whole number, which was interesting because I was like, wow, you're pretty much wiping out the whole number. And I thought about like that, talking about how powerful the number zero really is. I'm just like, yeah, that's what he told me. Like, yeah, if you multiply, because multiplication, you put the biggest number in front of you, it just, you multiply it by zero, it it completely turns it to zero. It just gets rid of the whole number. So whatever it is, it just goes back to zero. So so yeah, it was pretty interesting. I was like, when she started telling me that, I started thinking more about it. I said, I didn't. Like, there's more to this name than I thought it was. And it kind of had me really getting thought about it. And that's like when I kind of just figured out that like zero was everything and nothing at the same time. And zero goes, and I'm pretty sure zero probably goes deeper than I think. But yeah, oh yeah, it goes there. It really does. It goes there. Like, man, I've heard like the number zero be is like the unknowable number, which I kind of see that. Zero the unknowable. Cause it seems like the word zero does something to people. it's like even when I like certain people tell me they it's like, oh no, they almost automatically want to back away from it, which is kind of funny, but that's what they do. And I remember one time I was, even though I'm not Muslim, I remember I was going to the I forgot what they call it when they after when they have Ramadan, like going to the Ramadan feast. I forgot what they call it. Cause I had some people who are Muslim. So I mean, I think I've told you before, first page, I don't really adhere to a religion. You know what I mean? I guess if I had to adhere to a religion, I guess it'd be one I make up. But yeah, I remember I went there and there was there was an African there, and and there was some Africans there anyway, but there was like one African I was talking to, and he was trying to tell me all kind of. We talked, and then like we got to the point like where I think he trying to tell me some story about slavery. When I was telling him, I was like, yeah, say, hey, yeah. When I told him, hey, there's a lot of plays over here because y'all sold them to to the white people who were selling slaves. Yeah, that could be true. Purple Face. They could have thought that too. But yeah, when I was talking there, he was trying to tell me when he tried to trying to deny what I said. He was trying to say that, oh no, that's not what happened. He said what happened was we sold. He said we didn't sell them. We had children, and it was saying like the white man wanted to come and train her, come and teach our children. So we let him walk off with him, and we never saw him again. And I'm just like, I said, man, come on, that ain't true. I'm just sitting there looking at him like, that's not true. And and it's like they just like, and this Africa's really just like pretty much just insulting my intelligence, pretty much. I'm just like, okay, how you gonna sit there and just keep lying to me? Why are you over here lying to me? That's like another African. I think they from like two different countries, but the other African, he was like sitting there saying, yeah, no, what you say it was a lie. He tell me no, like, yeah, he's lying. Pretty much letting me know why he's over there telling me the lie. And he kept trying to tell me this, like I'm just gonna believe that story. I'm like, no, I don't believe it. I will never believe that because and let's say what even let's be human and say even if what he said was true, that actually makes Africans look dumb by telling that story because you're saying that you were so stupid and gullible that you're so dumb, so gullible that you actually let a total stranger walk off with your children and kept doing this and nobody said nothing. Come on now. I was born on a day, but it wasn't yesterday. I'm just saying. And then, oh yeah, and then like on top of that, just like the reason why I brought that up was like when I told him my name was Zero, because I think I started to take that name on maybe about like maybe about like 7 8 years ago, and I was telling him my name's Zero. I was telling him, no, your name. No, why you name yourself that? No, you no, you don't need to name yourself Zero. Get yourself a Muslim name like Muhammad. So I want a Muslim name, And he was like, "Well, zero means nothing." I'm like, "No, no, it doesn't." But he was so sure. This African's teaching this lowly Black American. And I'm just like, I mean, because I mean, comic out there, like I don't know if everybody else is like, experience stuff like this, but that's kind of like their main attitude, just looking down on black people. Well, really, a lot of foreigners just look down on Black Americans in general. Man, I mean, now say, have I met Africans that don't act like that? Yeah, of course I have. I mean, I met quite a few of them, but I met more that look down on Black Americans than anything. I mean, it's just that's just what it is. I mean, I'm saying like I mean, like I said, that's gonna apply to everybody. But I mean, even with that, like just foreigners that come over here, period, they have this they have this attitude. Now the only foreigner I would say that would be more accepting that I would say like, yeah, maybe they would be cool with probably Haitians. But even then, to a certain extent, because I mean, Haitians were actually there fighting with us at one point in time. So in respect as far as that, but yeah, even they get out of line like, hey, hold up, bro. Tom, bring it back. Bring it back, cause we know yeah, I mean, yeah, you might have helped out at one point in time, but don't forget who paid the way for you to come back here. Oh yeah, they think that talking about we getting your legs, you're getting handouts from the white man, but we're not getting handouts, and y'all are getting handouts from the white man. You just because like foreigners get like a whole get benefits when they come over here. I mean, it's just true. Like it's not me just saying it, that's like what really happens. I don't have a lot of them have I don't get benefits. They get benefits they come over here, but they don't want us to get benefits. And I'm just like, I'm just thinking like the nerve of y'all because I'm like, y'all, y'all had a head start. We had to start from nothing. I mean, unless you kind of get lucky and have a family that kind of set you up to move forward. But as far as like so-called black families, that's not gonna be likely. I mean, it just isn't. The likelihood of that happening is not going to. It's going to be very, very slim. Right, right. We're paying for the system that they're living off of, but they had a nerve to talk down to us. I was like, I said the nerve of you. I'm like, y'all talk down. I say the nerve of y'all. Y'all had the audacity not to say thank you. Thank you for paving the way for us, fighting for rights to get us here. No, you're lazy, We're lazy, right? But then when they get in trouble, who's the first group of people they call? Same people they were looking down on. And every foreigner does that. Yeah, I mean they do. And they're like, "Oh, brother, sister, yeah, we're all one." Yeah, until they get what they want, and then they'll know you again. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen all type of people, and like yeah, even at work, like I think besides like Black Americans and like I said, one white dude, the other black folks are Jamaicans. I'm just like, and even they got that little air about them. Like, I'm just like, man, I'm just like, yeah, y'all. I say y'all shouldn't be saying nothing, cause like fact that a lot of y'all did a whole lot of work for $1. I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, you slaved away for $1. I mean, and I'm not sure how much that goes for in Jamaica. And then, of course, come here, you think you done made it. Like, nah, you ain't made it, but they probably seem like they made it because they had, they back up one another. But even they get like, get that attitude. I'm like, hold up, yeah, y'all don't need to be saying nothing else. Y'all have no right to say nothing else. Last time I checked, I ain't seen Jamaica come help us out. Where we y'all at? That's that's all I would say. Where were y'all at? And it's just like some of these foreign, I guess foreign black people, if you want to put it that way. They really want to. They want to look down on black Americans. But I'm like, try to tell us how bad, how good their country is. I'm like, if your country's that good, why don't you just go back? But they can't. I mean, they can't or they won't. And while they're telling you about how great they are and all that, it's like the countries they're talking about how great they are, they really ain't. Like Africa, for example, Africa try to talk down about like black neighbors, all that. Like you need to be like more Africans. I'm like, y'all do the same thing we do, just worse. Y'all have a civil war like every week, and the civil war don't even be nothing meaningful. It just be like one group think another one got something. So now we just gonna we mad. So we just gonna start a war and just take it back. Just petty stuff like that. I mean, and like example like that is like the Liberian Civil War. Start off a little petty stuff. I thought one group was getting more than the other, so they felt some kind of way, and started a whole war. Started killing one tribe started killing another tribe, and it was just. And I don't remember how long it lasted, but I did have a video talking about that because I I interviewed somebody and and that's why I kind of learned about it. So I can find the video and post a link in here. But it was quite interesting to say the least. Because I was like, wow, I didn't. And I mean, I could have kept talking about it, but it was like I was trying to limit the time, but man, it was quite interesting. But this is the video on it. It's like about a little over an hour, but I mean, it kind of starts off slow, but then once you start really getting into it, like you start learning a lot about it. But that's the video. Check it out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put in the. I'll pin it in the comments so you can check it out too. But yeah, I was like, but yeah, it was just like pretty much like they were just. It was just about yeah, it was just about the Libraries Award. It was like. Cause like when the person I had interviewed, she was telling me about how how like when before they started fighting, they made sure like all the Americans had left. So I guess when they were leaving, some of the Africans that could, get up out of there, they did, and it was smart, that realized what was about to go down. They left. She happened to be one of them that that left. That said, some of our other family members didn't see it that way, so they got caught up in that war. So as far as that, they really, yeah. So I mean, a lot of people got killed over. I mean, and I don't know what the Tutsi genocide was about, but I know a lot of people got killed over that too, and it was just like I remember seeing a video talking about it, and it was like I was like, wow, like man, that was just like horrible. Like how they're doing, like they would, like when they go to war, like they're not just like it's like not just soldiers fighting; they just like people coming in. I mean, it might be considered soldiers go, but these like people just going in and just killing, and people that people they see as enemies. They just, I mean, they're not just killing just like the men. They're killing men, women. They're killing like families. Like they're trying to wipe them out. Genocide or ethnic cleansing, whatever however you want to, whatever you want to call it. They were doing that. But yeah, I mean, I've been seeing like in I don't know if it's like South Africa or someplace near it, but in some African countries, if hey Keisha, how you doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's been a minute. Thank you. Yeah, it seems like you must been watching the bushes sometimes. How you been, Keisha? It's been a minute. Been a good minute since I seen you around. How's life treating you? I was probably around my mouth about an hour. Yeah, but yeah, but yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I was watching documentary, like from people who had survived like the genocide or whatnot, and I think like at one point in time, one of the victims, had a chance to face face the man who killed, face the killer of her family or whatnot, who killed so many people dear to her, and like the guy who was letting her go see her, he had lost people too. He's part of that same tribe. He would give her a chance to to end them, and just pretty much let them end them, and and they be able to get away with it. And when that happened, she I mean when that happened, like when she seen him, I guess like when she looked at, because I think he was expecting her to hate him, so he was already ready for it. And I guess she couldn't. That's all he did. I guess she couldn't hate him. All right, Purple. Thank you, Purple Paisley. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it. But yeah, like she was pretty much just saying how much I mean she didn't have no hate for this man. She actually even forgave him, which I mean I'm not really big fan of forgiveness, especially I mean certain things I can see forgiveness being some useful, being acceptable. But then at other times I'm just looking at that, especially when it comes to someone who just killed your people and ain't faced no justice. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can forgive them, whatever. But just like the quick, like, oh, I just forgive you. No, and I mean, people say, well, that's just their religion, man. No, miss me with that. That ain't got nothing to do with the religion. Hey, Tori, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I'm saying they ain't got nothing to do with the religion. They just being cowardly. I mean, it is just like, yeah, she forgave him, and I mean, I guess like the story was so intense. I forget what it was about, but it was supposed to be about. It's supposed to be an uplifting movie because I remember I watched it. It was like part of. It was this video I think like was held by this yoga class, or something like that. I can't remember exactly who held it, but it was a really good movie. I mean, that was like a powerful scene because I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, brother. Yeah, my birthday was like a couple days ago, but thank you for your birthday. Thank you for the birthday wishes, brother. Yeah, it was it was like a powerful scene. I don't even remember. I don't even know. I don't remember the name of the movie. I said I would tell you the name of the movie if I remembered it, but I don't. I don't remember it. But yeah, that was like the scene I remember the most. Was that one. And I mean, it's like think about it. I don't, it's not saying like just stay angry all the time, but I'm just saying like come to stuff like someone killing somebody and not facing any kind of punishment. I have a problem with that. And I mean, it's just something like I cannot co-sign on. I mean, now someone faces punishment they done did sometime or something like that, and then you want to forgive them. I can I get behind that, but they ain't served no time. They ain't taking no punishment, nothing like that. Ain't no forgiveness. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You seen what I had right there. And I was hoping some more people come in. Talk. I was looking. Oh yeah, but you should have seen the birthday celebration stream. Yeah, we. Oh man, yeah, I think that stream lasted about almost 4 hours. It could have went longer if I didn't have to go to work. But I mean, I think it probably maybe last maybe another hour or two if I didn't have to go to work. But yeah, yeah, so that for the cool. Yeah, yeah. And I even prepared a clip for this, like this little short clip. This is for the cool. See, there you go. See, see, but it's just like a little short clip, but not. Oh yeah, you good, bro? You good, brother? I mean, I can't expect everybody to catch everything I do. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not mad about it. And I mean, I ain't gonna expect nobody to go back and look at all the stream because that's it's 3 hours. It's almost 4 hours. I ain't gonna expect nobody to sit there and listen to all that one anyway. But I didn't plan on it for going that long. But we got in so many different conversations. It's ridiculous. Hey, Rainy woman. Oh, thank you, Rainy. Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely being yeah, Rainy. You definitely being petty and on your stream a few days ago. I was like, you so petty. I was like, I had to get quiet. I was like, okay, just look. Let me just look, because Rain is on a rampage. Like, oh, okay, look who came up. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, yeah.
Hi, Petty Side Babe. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, petty side chick. Oh, yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Can I do something for you?
Sure.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Petty Side Babe. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Petty Side Babe. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. What? It's your birthday. It's your birthday. What? Okay, I'm done.
I'm like toward the end. I felt like I had to do some crip walking or something like that.
Like, look, at first it was like a little bit of step first, like, whoa, wait a minute, oh, wait. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. It's good to see you.
Same here.
Okay, well, I just came back and let you do your thing.
I'm just talking about anything. So, I mean, you can talk about anything. I don't. I mean, if you want to.
Um, talk about anything. Let's see. Talk about anything. Anything? Anything.
No.
Are you sure about anything?
Well, I mean, not nothing like X-rated or anything.
Anything. Okay, so hey, Terry, good to see you. So let's say I'm gonna give a bit of information. I'm gonna give a bit of advice or suggestion rather, suggestion.
Okay.
So I would suggest women not um I would suggest women really get to know people and make sure that have a relationship of reciprocity before you play in your vajay for somebody you don't know. There you go.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah. Let me sip my tea. Mhm.
I wish I had old life for them.
Let's see, what else can we talk about? Oh, it's time to vote. Oh, this here's something we could talk about. Check your boobies. Ladies, check your boobies. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Ladies, check your boobies. Get your boobies checked. Okay. Feel free to ask your partner, your man, to help you, with your self checks. Teach them what to feel for. Don't let him just get all happy, right? Don't let him just, clearly understand why he would be happy. But no, seriously, teach him also what to feel for, during your self checks. So
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah, I think I might feel something. I just gotta feel a little bit longer. You should.
It's also Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay, so everybody, please, by all means, please feel free. I would encourage anyone and everyone above the age of 21
Mm.
to seek or look into therapy of some sort. Even if you have not experienced anything traumatic in your lives, therapy can actually help sort out things in your childhood or from your childhood or relationships that maybe didn't make sense before. It can help guide you and help give you some focus into healthy relationships and dynamics even with yourself.
Yeah, I can see that. But
Oh yeah.
what advice would you give people who don't think they would need therapy?
Anyone above the age 21 can benefit from therapy. Anyone. Even if it's just to have a place to vent with someone who's objective. Because when you talk to your friends, when you talk to family about different things in your life, different experiences, because they know you personally, a lot of times they cannot be objective with the things that are more, shall we say, more depth, more the deeper parts of you. They won't be very objective.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I never see that. Like,
Terry. So
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
I say that.
I say like me. I try to be objective with certain stuff, even with stuff me. I mean, and and a lot of times I can't be. Sometimes I know that when I'm definitely not being objective. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not being objective. 'Cause I have enough somewhere. Like, yeah, I'm definitely not being objective about this. But I'm like, I don't care. I know I'm not being objective.
Right.
I'm objective enough to see I'm not being objective.
And then sometimes when you know you're not being objective, you don't know where else you can turn to, right? Have you ever been talking to someone and you try to, in your head, you're trying to see who else you can kind of put them off on that can be objective and you come up just blank?
We may put them off. Like you talking about like having to talk to somebody else.
Yes.
I
But
don't think I did. I think I just thought about like how can I. I'm ready to go.
like, I'm ready to come. I'm done. I've got
Yeah.
nothing. I'm done.
Yeah, or somebody say something I know like they're not even trying to do it, and I'm like I'll try, like I'll try to be executive, but it's like if I done gave you advice and you're not even trying to take it, I'm like okay, you must not really want it. You must not really want any advice I'm trying to give you.
Yeah, they may
I'm
not be ready.
yeah, I'm just like you want me to listen, you just said that. It's like if you ask for advice, okay, I'm gonna give you advice. If you want me to listen, just say you want me to listen. All right, cool. I want advice. Okay, cool. That would be it for me. Like, okay, you want to listen? Okay, I'm just gonna be here to listen. All right, go ahead. I ain't I ain't gonna have to put no commentary, nothing like that. Just gonna say what you gonna say. That's it. But if you say you want advice, yeah, I'm gonna give you, honest criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna be too rough on you, but if I feel like yeah, you might need that little tough love, might be rough on you.
Right.
Just depends.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, are you gonna play some more music for us?
Oh, you talking about like from the one I made, like the one I did in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could. I mean, I don't have to worry about copyright because I made it.
Oh, okay. You know what? Hold on. I can play something then. Hold on. I can use my music because I'm out of topics right now. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Are you good?
You want to hear something sexy, something sensual?
Yeah, I guess so.
You're like, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Just the music sounds sensual all by itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make you sit right in, like you can go right home. You like so high, it's a so make you sit right in, like you can go right home. You like so high, it's a so make you sit right in, like you can go right home. You like so high, it's a so make you sit right in, like you can go right home. So I'm still drunk, that's thing over. Might bring it back when this page over. You the best thing I done say. No one's gonna punch you back and get it right over. It's overdue for that. I'm stressing. Over here, now you're undressing. Call me up and I'm finessing. Like movie shot, but it pulled it off. Baby, you a queen, you can move where you want. You was rocking with me, but I couldn't stay slow. They ain't understand, you can make it to a boat like eyes up. Look at me, now I'm the captain, bro. The camera time for action. Split the legs just like a fraction. Tucking that, your time is snapping. You a motherfucking meal. Tell me that it's mine, baby. Tell me that it's split. Hit it to the max, so tell me how it fit. It's gonna be a minute, cause I'm for the grip. Make her feel like heaven, she gon' put me in the middle. Willingly, I wanna do anything she wanna do. I ain't even wanna move, but this is what we're coming through. It's hard to be apart from you, cause so I wanna get so high. Something that's so make you sit right in, like you can go right home. You wanna get so high. Something that's so make you sit right in, like you can go right home. Oh, that's the clean version. Hold on. You don't have to have a replay.
Okay. Kind of has like that '90s feel to it.
It did, didn't
Yeah. Remember the '90s R&B songs that play on the radio.
it? Y'all, you are now tuned in to Zero, the infinite smooth sounds.
Whatever.
You want to hear some poetry?
Sure.
Okay, after this song, I'll share a poem.
Okay. Yeah, so even after poetry, I got something I will talk about too after you get through with your poetry.
This poem is not for young people. All youngins go to bed.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay, okay. So this is actually a sensual poem.
Okay.
Are you up for it?
Yeah, I'm ready
You up
for it.
for it? Okay, all
I'm
right. So this piece is titled Shut Up.
okay.
Tonight is the kind of night he's told to just shut up and let me run this. It's not about you. You're only a part of this. I'm effing you tonight like an obstacle course. And there's nothing you can say or do that's gonna F up my sexually acrobatic mood. So just shut up. Follow my orders while I push you in positions. I'm telling you, no, I'm showing you. Tonight, I'm the boss. Don't talk because you might get fired. And I hate to release you with a pink slip for being insubordinate. Submit to my desire to use you to get this naughty effing feeling, high sexual energy off of me. What? You have questions? Trying to figure out what happened to me? Shh, you're thinking too much. Overthinking psychological philosophies because you don't understand is not allowed. I want you naked, vulnerable, erect, and attentive while I use your masculine frame, strength, and emotions to empower me. I want to see my chocolate body and your caramel skin make a Snickers bar with me tangled up. And you bust your nuts all inside these tightly wrapped, juicy lips. This will be raw. and freaky tonight. Since I'm in rare form, no condom tonight. This is bad. Bareback, give me all of that banana and cream. Sunday, Sunday. Speaking of Sundays, your man toy is perfect for caramel sauce, and I'm the personal cherry topping to top the night off. Disrespecting the neighbors for my satisfaction. Your facial expressions and body's reactions to women taking control, taking your role, flipping you while flipping the script is going to be you grabbing that sheet, sucking your thumb, and pulling on pillows. If your phone rings, please pick up. Answer. I dare you to talk while my tongue is wrapped around your head or while I'm pinching on my nipple, sucking on yours and swirling my swinging my waist, body rocking the bed, my 4'11", 120 pounds, just showing you what fun size means. So shut up and fasten up and by all means, nut up. I'm gonna come in so many ways while I act the F up. Shocking, isn't it? To see this side of me. Ooh, this might be Princess Nikki. Stretch me out from the inside out. Run your hands over my round ass while I feel you in my cavity. Is this a search for climactic treasures? Yep. So go deeper, deeper and deeper. Let my river canal flow every ridge and ripple. Tell me your porn secrets inside of me and let them come alive as I come all over.
Okay. Sounds like you need a cigarette after that poem. you really, set the scene.
Good. I haven't done that one in a while, so I felt good to share it actually.
Yeah, I remember it's alright poetry. I think like I attempted spoken word, like maybe like a few years back. I remember when I did, like I tried to, like when I tried to execute it. I guess the words couldn't come out right for some reason, but then again, there were people smoking weed back, so I think the weed had did something to my
Mhm.
voice, so I couldn't really say it how I wanted to say it, even though I was nervous. I was like,
Oh,
how?
yeah.
So it was like almost like I felt like I couldn't get the words out. And it's like that is never happened. So I'm thinking like it had to been that because it never happens. Like even when I'm nervous, like I don't get stuck like that. I mean, I wasn't I wasn't frozen in fear or anything like that. I just couldn't get the words out. And they was like, well, that's like, oh well, your delivery's off. Yeah, my delivery's off because I couldn't get the words out the way I wanted to. And then I remember like when I was talking to my best friend, I had like when I had recorded me doing it over like probably like maybe like a few months maybe like 2 or 3 months back, like he was like, oh man, it's dope. He's like, I feel like I heard that somewhere before. And then I told him, he started laughing. He's like, oh yeah, I remember. Because he was there. He was like, oh yeah. He said, man, that's dope. He was like, yeah. So I just didn't get to say it out like that.
Why don't you share something tonight?
You said what happened?
Why don't you try something tonight?
I mean, like I said, I want to do old stuff. I ain't got nothing, nothing new, and pretty much like the ones I had done or online, but like the first one, the first one I ever did like attempting was like the worship doctrine. That was like that was the first piece I actually did like spoken word, and then the recent one is the I am who I am one. Even though that one was short, it was just like, yeah, it's like okay. I think it was short to the point, but I mean, I haven't been.
It doesn't
I,
have to be anything recent. Just share.
yeah, well, I have to go. I have to go look. I have to find it real quick. Yeah, let's see if I,
Want me to occupy this? Want me to occupy? I'll put me on the spot, huh?
yeah. Let me find it real
Okay,
quick.
I'll play a song while you go find something. Will that work?
Sure.
Okay. All right, everybody. I'm gonna play us a little song. Y'all hold tight. I'm the DJ tonight. Let me see here. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Um. Oh yeah. Let's try this. How very sad behind Nikolai. Cherry. I know, right? Definitely don't want to give advice when it's unwarranted or unwanted.
All right. Looks like I found something.
Okay, let me turn the music down. Y'all about to hear some poetry from Zero the Infinite.
Yeah. I'm sure like people have heard it before, but this is the one that I feel the most personally connected to because this poem kind of, was like me just writing about like, how I felt coming out of, like, I guess story about coming out of, I guess my story of how I am like coming, being in darkness, coming into the light, or sort of, but it was just like, me, being, you know, just going through, a big a big change in my life. So, yeah, so this poem's called Metamorphosis, and yeah, this is like the one most persons connect to. Like, I think even when I talked about it before, I said I never actually intended on like having this come out early. It's kind of like one of those poems, like I was expecting people to find after I died or something like that. Like, oh yeah, this is what he wrote it, and blah blah. Blah. Yeah, but but life had different plans. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, so okay, here we go. Metamorphosis. Okay, the process of change within is slow and gradual. The long journey within the depths of my being, taking many routes, looking for the perfect highway. As I'm on this quest, I travel to the darkest places, and I found those places to be very enjoyable, even knowing the dangers such places bring. Taking in all the pleasures that the darkness has to offer, learning more and more about the endless masquerade, all of the secrets and tricks of the trade, using this knowledge and using this knowledge until it consumes me and sends me over the edge, over the cliff where I fall into the pit of eternal despair, as I lay there helplessly in the pit, a man appeared and offered me his hand. This man was shining brightly. I wonder, I wonder how can such a man walk in this place and not have his light snuffed out? The only thing I know is that this man could save me. He was my ticket to a new life, a new beginning. I took his hand and left this empty place. After I got out, I asked the man, "Who are you?" He replied, "You already know the answer." And I did know. He is the man of infinite light. Before he left, he touched me and lit up a spark inside me and said, "Learn to love so you may learn to love others." He disappeared and left me. He disappeared and left me thinking how I should go about expressing love in the way he mentioned. So I walked looking for places in my heart that were filled with light, learning how to end the darkness, to end the endless masquerade, to improve myself, and learn how to love. Every time I left one destination, it seemed to take a little bit longer to arrive at the next destination. As time moved on, I used the emotion of love. It burned out too quickly because I didn't know how to manage it properly. So I tried to use the mind of love, but I was not ready for its knowledge. I lacked the wisdom necessary. Its knowledge was too great. And last tried to use the will of love. Its raw passion was overwhelming. Its energy flew wildly, turned away anyone I met or tried to meet. I wasn't going to give up. I was determined to learn how to control the aspects of love. As I learned to control these aspects, to learn to love to the fullest, I must learn to calm the passion within. To do that, I must leave myself to find myself. But dealing with such a burden is no easy task. It was the start of a great struggle, a war between me and my emotions, a battle for supremacy. I was fighting a losing war, but I had one more option to try, my final gambit, my stratagem. So I met my emotions with non resistance. And at that moment, my emotions lost all of its strength. I was the source of its power. I felt as if I fought an unnecessary war because I knew fighting this war was important. Because without fighting, I would have never, I never would have known that my emotions are a part of me and not who I am. My limitless self control locked my emotions up like a safe, keeping the good ones in and letting the bad ones slowly fade away. Now that my emotions at my beck and call, a world filled with new perspectives, a bright future, and a new hope for peace. My mind became filled with negativity. I grew in arrogance of my achievement. So I had to learn how to temper my mind in the lessons of humility. Slowly but surely, I learned the concepts. As time went by, I forgot myself and became humble, and I felt myself changing. I knew at this point what was going to happen. I was undergoing a process of great change. It was known as a great metamorphosis. I was broken out of that dark shell to see my beautiful, brilliantly illuminated body reflecting my soul. I started to realize that everything is connected, and through those connections, bonds are formed, and through those bonds, love is formed. Now I understand what the man meant. In order to love, you would have to give up the idea of separation. How can you love someone if you separate yourself from them? It's like cutting yourself off from everything. Forming
Hmm.
bonds is how we live, how we survive. They're everything to us. Love is self realization. Although I may not shine as brilliantly as that man, I will continue to love as long as there's breath in my body. And until then, as long as I exist, I will continue searching for true enlightenment. That's it.
I love that poem. I think that poem it will be timeless.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I wrote this book like in my 20s. I'm in the 30s now, so it's quite a while ago.
Mm-hmm. That is a very beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, anytime, anytime. Yeah, yeah. It was like when I decided like to put out on YouTube. It was just like I guess it was like some within me was saying, "Yeah, you gotta put this out here." So
Mm-hmm.
so I did. So cause like almost like it wasn't gonna let me. It's almost like something was not gonna let me sleep until I did it. So, Yeah, I didn't make it through it,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah, now for like what I was gonna talk about, what more like a question, like so what do you think about this whole like social hierarchy? I really don't usually talk about the subject like this, but what do you think about this whole social hierarchy?
Social hierarchy.
Yeah, that people find so important. Huh?
Social hierarchy.
Yeah,
My thoughts on social hierarchy. That's a good question. Seeing how personally I don't have, I was socialized. There is no social hierarchy with me. Period. Um, I'm able to engage and interact with people on multiple levels, multiple backgrounds, and I feel when you have that ability, when you can be humble and bold at the same time, when you can be confident and at the same time allow yourself to be lonely, socializing just works.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I see some people put a lot of stock into it, and I just like I don't even. I just like I don't even it's like when they have the whole social hierarchy, I don't even I mean, as far as me personally, I don't like being put in a box. I'm just like, okay, what's this? I'm just like I don't want to be class or whatever because I might not even. I mean, I never, I don't want no part of it. Like I never had a say in it. Like if someone tried to put me in, like, hold on, I didn't have no say in this. So why are you putting me in this system? I'm like, yeah, yeah. I mean, who says I want to be a part of this system? Like, and I mean, I mean, it's fine. Like people want to be in it. It's just like it's not my thing. It's just like where like people talk about who's high value, who's low value. I'm like, value can be determined by whoever considers somebody valuable or how a person views himself.
Right.
I mean, I never like tell everybody like how they should view whatever. I just like see a lot of people put a lot of stock into it, and it's like I'm like, I mean, it might not apply for everybody. I mean, that's like how my thing. Cause I think you when you talk about it, I said, I don't really even care too much about the whole whether I'm high value or low value. I mean, I just do what I feel is right. That's it, and just do me.
Yes. When it comes to that, it is how about just being a person of quality? And
Yeah,
how about working on being how about us working on being the best quality vehicle that we can be? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right. Yeah, I can agree with that.
You don't have to be the richest person in the world to be valuable, right?
Yeah,
How many people have a lot of money and yet you wouldn't pay to be in their presence?
I don't know if anybody actually paid to be in that person. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, just to be in that person. Nah, I mean, I would need like a reason, like I can see like if it was like a show or something like that, show, going to see a show, so I'm getting something out. I don't know what I'm going to. I know what I'm going there for, but just like just to hang around somebody,
Mhm.
nah, nah, I wouldn't dare pay for just to hang around somebody. I'm like, I was like, person will hang around me. I'm like, okay, cool, it is what it is. But I mean, like I said, I don't really, judge how people, get in with their lives. But it's like when I hear like high value, low value, it's like kind of like saying like, people find you useful. I'm like, why do people have to find, what's the point of people find me useful? What are they trying to, use me for particular reasons? Like, what's your motives here? That would be what I would ask. Yeah. Website, yeah. Value is subjective. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just like the whole inferiority thing. It just, I can't do it. Maybe one time I probably would have bought into it, but me as I am now, no, I would never buy into it because it's like you had a power, you had the ability to rise up or stay where you're at.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm like, so why would I limit myself to a system? Like, that's like I don't even buy that whole that alpha and beta male, which, I kind of found out that's not even actually really a thing. It's just some people bought into, like, saying like, okay, they got it from the animal kingdom, but even from what I've seen from scientists, they say there's no definitive proof that there's a alpha and beta male even in animal kingdoms. And it even had like alpha and beta. It's like, okay, I'm like, I mean, it's like, okay, is it really important to be one or the other? I mean, because I kind of see it like, even if it's a hierarchy, I mean, you had a kid. I mean, even if it's like a system, like a class system, like you have the ability to rise up. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, people try to put, I mean, I think people just want to have somebody in a box. If somebody is not in a box, it just makes feel out of place. And some people might get uncomfortable around a person who doesn't want to get put in the box, it's because like you're throwing off the whole thing. I guess they,
Mhm.
I guess like kind of that fear of the unknown. But,
Yeah. Well, hon, I'm gonna go now. I
all
have
right.
enjoyed sharing this time with you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming on.
No doubt. I
Yeah.
will see you around these parts.
Oh yeah, I definitely will.
Uh,
And you behave in the YouTube streets.
well, I can't give you promises. There are no promises to be made.
Okay.
I will just do my best.
Oh, okay.
Good night, Saturday.
All right. Good night, Petty Side Chick. All right. So yeah, I mean, that was a quick, session, but glad that y'all still rocking with me. Yeah. Oh damn, I got to play the. Oh yeah, I don't know if Randy heard play that clip earlier. Let me play it real quick. This is for the cool. There we go. Yeah, it'll probably take a minute for people to catch up, but yeah, website, how you doing tonight? I'm just, cause I'm like now thinking like I was supposed to look at the show The Boys. I think it might be actually the season finale. I think they're gonna do 8 episodes. I don't know if they're gonna do any more, but I'm supposed to look at that and the new episode of Supernatural. Like they finally brought the episodes back because this is gonna be like the final episode. Should actually ended earlier earlier this year, but it didn't because of the virus. But yeah, definitely will say yeah. Yeah, it's like people want to. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm probably about to. I was like, I was like saying, if you wanted to come on up, you could. Well, now I'll probably end it soon anyway. But yeah, I appreciate you coming through. And yeah, I was like really looking forward to this because like this episode, this season of Supernatural is gonna be the last one, and I think they had maybe about, they had like maybe about 20. Then they might have like 20 seasons. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I was like, or it might be 15. I might be off, but they had a lot of them. Yes, 15. Yeah, like 15 seasons. It was ridiculous, but it was really good. It's a really good show. Hey,
Hey,
Web Seven.
I said I come up for a bit. I hope I don't yawn on your live stream.
Okay, I was like, you didn't come on. I was gonna go go into soon, but I ain't, say going to bed. I was like, well, I don't. I was like, you might,
No, but I saw you. I was like, I gotta come on in because I don't normally catch you live. So I
yeah,
caught him. I caught
yeah.
him.
I mean, I wasn't sure if like anybody was gonna really come. I think Perk Paisley came earlier, and then I guess she tapped out, went to bed. Hey, Miss Full Roller.
Hey, Miss Roller. See, it's plenty of us up trying to find something on a Friday night before they go to bed.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, but what show were you talking about? Because I found out some information about Power
Which
Book Two Ghost.
you said which one?
I was wondering what show you were talking about.
I was talking about two different ones, but you talking about the one I was just talking about a minute
Hmm.
ago?
Hmm.
Oh, Supernatural.
Oh, okay. Let me write that down. I need to catch that on that. But let me tell you, were you the one that told me to check out Lovecraft Country?
I've not even watched that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that must have been Dave. Um,
yeah.
that thing is out of here. That thing is out of sight. It's got that guy. I think it's Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams executive producing it,
Oh, okay.
and it's got a little scary. It's a little horror in it, which is kind of good, you know. But I gotta check out the one you just said, the Supernatural.
I guess it's classified as horror, but it's more action than anything. So I mean, that's like kind of like, I mean, it's just like with shows. Like I don't go with what people see as popular. It's just like kind of like what I feel like. I might think it's a good show, and if I see it, and I watch it seems like a good show. Like okay, cool. Because you usually have a good feeling about a show. Like okay, I'm usually able to usually into it, but but every once in a while there'll be like one I'm thinking I'm gonna be into it and be like, nah, never mind.
I know. I was just shocked when that show that I was doing with the Power Book too, Ghost. They
Yeah.
just said that we'll see you. Like this was last week, and they said, "Okay, we'll see you out in December." I said, "Say what? Say what now?" And I did some research on it and found out that they had only were able to finish 5 episodes before they had to shut down for COVID
Yeah, that
19 pandemic.
yeah. That's what they kind of did with Supernatural. Like that was like why like now they just like started back up yesterday. So I was like, oh okay. I mean, cause like I was like, well, like we're looking for like I said, why no new episodes? It was like apparently like during the virus they didn't have time to do the editing for the do the final edits for the
Mm-hmm.
series.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to wait. So I guess now they able to get back into it and finish it now. Cause I mean, cause like it was like I said, supposed to end earlier. You know, the first half of the year. You know, like probably like from like I think it started like in the fall from, and it's supposed to like you know how you do like fall until the through start from the late fall until like during the winter, and then
Mm-hmm.
for the end of the spring. But in the end of the spring because the virus, it was like pretty close though. I think it had like a few more episodes
Mm.
left, but yeah, I mean, it's like 15. It is 15 seasons, and like pretty much
Wow.
these two brothers like have fought everything, and now like they're like final opponent that they're trying to stop now is God.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oh, I will
so
look at that. But Stars Network is the one that carries Ghost, and they try to be slick because when you look on their site, it doesn't have the dates for the episodes like they do on other sites. And then I realized, well, they already knew this, and then they don't want people to cancel their subscription. So I called to cancel mine because mine is an additive,
yeah.
and but I had just missed it, and it's not prorated. So I said, okay, I'll keep it until and I'm gonna call them on November 1st and say cancel it.
Right. I really. All right. Hey, Ariel, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just chilling. Just
Hey,
Okay.
chilling.
hey, hey, hey.
Yeah. Yeah. You just snuck up
Oh,
in here.
yeah.
I was like, I ain't see you say that in the chat. You was like, oh, you just popped up.
Like bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam.
Yeah, I decided to slide on through to see what you were up to.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, talking.
Mm.
Yeah.
I I wish they
And
would
my
come up with a
state's
show.
getting about to
But
get hit with another hurricane.
oh no,
Another one.
You say your
But
state
it's
might get hit with it?
are you in what, Texas or Alabama or Louisiana?
Mississippi.
Yeah, close enough.
We're
Okay.
gonna get thrown. We're gonna get hit with all this rain and possibly tornadoes. Possibly.
Oh no,
Mm.
you'll be in
And
my
so,
prayers. It's terrible.
yeah,
Mm.
because Texas and Louisiana got jacked up by Hurricane Laura not too long ago. Now those two states, the coastal area of those two states are get jacked up again, about to get tore up again.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm.
That means a lot of people have um come to Mississippi to escape from
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Now they had to
that means
run
all
back.
these cities
Mm-hmm.
are got curfews in place. I know my hometown doesn't have a curfew yet,
Mm-hmm.
but the capital, but Jackson does.
Mm-hmm.
They have a curfew for restricting people who don't have a medical emergency or traveling to and from work. And the city cops, those are the only ones who can be on the road
Mm-hmm.
as the
So is it more of a chance of flooding where you
yes,
are, or is it Tornado
Yes,
activity. Okay.
flooding,
Oh
flooding.
my.
It's yeah.
Mm,
Like I made sure to fill up my car with gas,
mm-hmm.
so
Absolutely.
my
That's smart.
s- so my car won't be thirsty if I needed to get out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, try not to
yeah,
wait too long to make your decision, cause man, whew,
yeah, because I had to get some water, 2 more cases of water to add to the three I already have.
mm,
And so yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember like the one on time we had like a flood where we at, and it's like a place like where we shouldn't have gotten a flood, but the only reason why we got in the flood was because like I guess like whatever happened with the dam, like they didn't drain it out in time.
mm-hmm.
They let it build up let it build up more than they normally should have. And I guess when they released it, it kind of just they just started flooding, flooding like the city. Well, at least the parts that were that were lower, but everything that was up higher, wasn't affected. And I remember
Yeah.
when I heard about it, like I didn't even know there was a flood until I seen it because I was up on the higher part, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't
Thank goodness.
didn't get hit with the flood. Like I think like it had rained for a while, and then I heard like, oh man, it's flooded. So when I actually went there to look, like yeah, I'm looking a lot of places, and like a lot of places like actually being like flooded. So like if I wanted to like go downtown, I would have to take like a unique path because like I would have to try to avoid the water and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
like while all the other places are trying to drain out the water because I think they using machines like suck up the water and get all water. I think it might have taken maybe like 2 or 3 days before they managed to get all the water out.
Mm-hmm.
But like during that time they hit like hit a lot of places and all that. I'm just like,
Now,
man.
now, Zero. Where is that at?
Oh,
Where?
where I'm at, Nashville.
Oh, in Nashville. I didn't know Nashville had those kind of issues too.
No, no, no. I mean, like I said, it was only one time, but it was because somebody
Okay.
messed up. That was why it happened.
Okay.
So it was like something that wasn't supposed to happen, but it
because
did.
when Hurricane Katrina hit 15 years ago, that was really bad.
It was so bad.
I
And
was
yeah,
only a freshman in high school at that time,
okay.
and
Well, and
so
people were so ignorant about that. They just didn't realize because I heard people saying, well, why didn't people just leave? I said, let me tell you something. You have some people that are so poor that they just can't jump in the car and leave. They don't have a vehicle. They don't, and where are they going to? You know? Oh my goodness.
because the federal government had a lot of money to distribute, like they would pay for the people to relocate, and some people said, "I'd rather stay
Well, you know, the
in
ones I'm talking
Louisiana."
about are the people
Yeah,
who, when
or
it, yeah, before
that
it
have
hit.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah. Because I knew an older lady, an elderly lady, and she lived down there in one of those wards that got flooded, one of those parishes. And she, her husband didn't want to leave, and she was begging him. And she finally told him that, you know, we're too old. And if I try to get up in the attic and I can't pull you up there because he was slightly disabled, she said, I have a heart attack and we need to go. They finally left and went to Baton Rouge. And when she got back to her house, that water had got all the way up to her second floor.
Mm,
hmm And but God is good because everything in her house, her clothes, everything was had water damage. The clothes were stuck together. But guess what? She had
what?
her only picture of her mother sitting on her piano, and it survived. The piano just floated, and the picture frame stayed on top of the piano until the water subsided, and it survived. Yeah, that's
because
awful.
that meant my state got a lot of new people,
Mm-hmm.
and each of the school districts in central Mississippi, they've had an influx of kids
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
starting the school year, and it was crazy. Because I remember that was August of 2005. So yeah, that was the start of my freshman year.
Yeah,
And
I think by that time I'd already graduated.
I graduated 5 years. I graduated in 2010 from high school, and that was the longest night of my teenage life. I was in the very back due to my last name, so I almost fell asleep. And the two people that one was sitting on my left and the other person was sitting at one person on each both sides of me, and I started to doze off, and next thing I know, I felt a hand touch my gown, touch my shoulder, and they just gently nudged me without the principal and the people who were supposed to be watching the rows, each of the rows. Good thing they didn't see that. I was like, where will my name ever be called?
Well, you tired, you tired. Even Justice Ginsburg, the notorious RBG, she went to sleep on the president.
Yeah, it's sad that she's gone now.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
sad.
like,
She tried to hang around as long as she could. She really tried.
but she was a fighter, a true fighter.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like if the first female Supreme Court Justice O'Connor, if she was
Sarah
still,
Daniels Connor. Mm-hmm.
yeah, if she was still active, but she's still rocking, she's still living, but she has Alzheimer's.
Okay.
She doesn't even know who she is anymore.
Oh,
And
boy.
yeah, but it's a good thing that there are two women. Wait, I forget how many female justices there are now on the U.S. Supreme Court. I know there's
I
um
know.
the one that Obama put in there, that
Yeah,
Obama
her
selected.
name escaped me right now.
Hey, Kurt. Oh my God,
Oh,
I have my phone on me.
oh my goodness. I don't know how her name escaped me. Mhm. Let's see. Okay, Sonia Sotomayor.
Yeah, that's the one Obama put in there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one besides that's of Latina descent. Kurt Elena Kurgan. Kurgan. I
Kagan.
forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Kagan. Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I was thinking? Zero. Wouldn't it be? They used to have a show, but wouldn't it be nice if they would have a spoken word show to come on TV again? You know, they always have the same old, like the cop shows and the medical shows, and now the what do they call them? The
Yeah,
housewives, the reality shows. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. They put that on there because they like, oh yeah, this is what you know people want, and they want to go with what's safe. You know, if you're not doing anything different, it's like I mean, and like think about it, people, they kind of program people onto it. 'Cause I remember like when for reality shows really came out, people weren't really watching like that. But once people see that they want to get into drama and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was immediately turned off by like yeah, the show. I'm thinking like, what's the point of this? It's like, yo, I see an argument. It's like, oh yeah, it's reality, but that is
And
protecting
get
Mm-hmm.
the art.
and get
And
this Zero that the three Ginsburg and the other two uh female Supreme Court justices, they're all from the state of New York.
Ah,
hmm, hmm,
that's an
Well,
interesting tidbit.
yeah, Sotomayor and Kagan and Ginsburg, all from New York.
Okay.
And while Sandra Day O'Connor, Arizona.
hmm.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm not sure if the one that Trump, the Supreme Court, the judge he wants to replace Philip Ginsburg's seat. I'm not sure if the
Mm-hmm.
Senate is gonna vote for it with everything going on that they have to deal with this election and this virus within our country.
Yeah, I
So
think that they're pushing toward it because the majority of the people on the Senate right now are following what the president wants, and if they continue that way, they might get a push through.
yeah, because Congress with the Congress for the Democrats to take back control, they would need to flip a lot of seats, get a lot of the Republicans out. The
Well,
Democrats are trying to aim for 400 and what's like I forget how many people sit on Congress.
I think
Cause
it's
I know it's like
435. That kind of rings a bell to me, but you can check it.
but yeah, you're right checking that. Like, so all I know is no matter who's in those seats, they ain't gonna do me any good.
What you mean, Zero? What you mean?
You mean like politicians don't never really look out for the people. It's like they like
Well,
it's
you got
like.
to
500.
get the right people in there, Zero. You got, you know.
Yes, 400 and
Yeah. It's like even when you get the right people there, it's like they'll do what they say do. They just tell you they do the same thing they've been doing. Like they'll tell you they go what they go do for it sound good, and then when they get there, they don't actually do it. They don't need they don't need, a lot of times they don't even try to do it.
How many
That,
is in the house?
oh yeah, yeah,
435.
Okay, I
yeah,
was right. Okay.
you're right, yeah.
So, well, here it is. Here it is, Zero. What happens a lot of times is really sincere people will campaign and they tell you what they want to do, and then when they get in there, they see that it's not as easy as they thought it was going to be because it's all about scratching other people's back. You know, it's like, well,
Well, I
I
mean,
go
yeah,
with you on what you want to do, but you got to go with me on what I'm trying to do for my city, or or whatever. And it's
well, I
just like,
mean, yeah,
yeah,
I could agree with that. Like if someone is just like new coming into it, okay, I can see that.
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
I'm talking about people who already in there. They know how it is. So
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so they can't even use that excuse. You know what I
Well,
mean?
what they'll do is like I remember growing up, and my I needed a summer job. I was in high school, and this is the way they operate. Now, this was an alderman. This wasn't a city councilman, or it wasn't a representative, but it works the same way. And we sat in his office for a couple hours, and when he was finally free, he came out and he asked my mother. He said, "Are you a registered voter?" And she said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Did you vote in the last election?" She said, "I absolutely did." And then he asked her, "And what party?" Because he wanted to know, did she vote for him? And she said, Democratic. And he said, "One moment." And I have no doubt in my mind he went in to check the rolls to see. you
Yeah.
know. And then he came back out and he said, "Come in. How may I help you?" So, that made me realize then and there, the only way to get to those people is to guarantee you're going to vote them out of office. And the only way that they're going to help you, especially if they've been in there a while, is if you have done something to support and help them.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, yeah. Really, really, if you really want to make some real votes, you gotta be able to have some lobbyists in there to push
Mm.
whatever you're doing. Because if you just expect them to do it on their own, like I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't gonna. You're gonna be so highly disappointed.
But I will say this, I was really impressed by this. And he's departed now, but when President Obama and uh, the people who backed him in the House of Representatives as well as the Senate got behind him on that Affordable Health Care Act.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I helped push it, even though
me
it
too.
didn't do exactly what it said. It took out the one thing
Exactly.
that was the
Exactly.
main thing. I was like, okay, what's the point of the whole bill then? If you took
Yeah.
out the word by like making the choice, I'm like,
And the single payer option. And so I remember that it was about to be defeated in the Senate, and Senator John McCain came out there and he did the thumbs down, and Trump was hot, and I was so happy. I said that means a whole bunch of people, over 20 million people, are going to be able to keep their insurance, and they won't be kicked out for pre-existing conditions.
but
And
the
I loved it when he did that. It was
but
that
but
it
but,
took his one vote.
but you know the thing about it, like before they even bill like even passed, like a lot of insurance companies like had like decided not to accept children on a lot of their insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I mean, that's when the bill got passed.
Mm-hmm. And
It, it,
the thing I always hated about it was that we are the only industrialized country, and we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. I agree, but we're the only one that do not have nationalized health care for their citizens. You know,
yeah, yeah.
The UK had health care right after World War II. They said we're not going to let our people suffer, and they figured out a way to do it.
Yeah, the reason why they're not going to change the healthcare system is because it's designed to make money. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and like
Capitalist society.
yeah. And they want to like suppress any notion like of any kind of universal healthcare
Mm-hmm.
because they do that, then they kind of puts a lot of insurance companies out of business
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because they're making a lot of money from it.
Mm-hmm. And the
So,
pharmaceuticals as well. I remember.
we're not pharmaceuticals. They still make money. They just won't. They might not get money from the insurance company. They still make money. They just won't make it. They probably won't make as much as they had been.
Well, you can get the same exact prescription in Cuba for $4
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
costs hundreds of dollars here.
yeah. I remember seeing something like that from when Michael Myers, not
Michael
Michael Myers,
Moore. You said Michael Myers. You thinking about?
yeah. Like as soon as I said that, like, no, that's not his last name.
I know. That's what I wanted to say though too. Like Michael Myers.
Michael Moore when he did that movie sequel. I remember seeing it like in the papers, but I didn't know what it was about.
And
And
in
by the time,
Canada too, you can get cheaper meds from Canada. Almost any place. They allow
yeah,
them to increase the prices here, and it's ridiculous.
yeah. It's like think about it, like not even a good system. And like think about it was like I remember when I went to see that. I remember when I heard about the movie. It was like by the time I heard about it, it was already out of theaters. It was like in theaters, but it wasn't
Mm,
wasn't no commercials on it. But like even but like with that like the universal healthcare system, it's like it's like it works, but but like here's this about we have the best healthcare system in the world, and we're like number 47 in the world.
Mhm. Mhm.
How does Cuba and they don't have a lot of resources have way better healthcare than us? Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
I
It's
mean,
it's it's, it's
I,
sad.
I'm yeah, I'm not even sure if France. I'm not sure if France still number one or not, but
I don't remember, but I know France has a lot of great. Well,
yeah,
one thing about France is that the people there
yeah.
are not afraid to stand up to the government.
Oh yeah, yeah. They if something ain't right, they gonna be out of protest. They shut everything down. Like, nah, we
Yeah, because they pulled their president out of his quarters one time. They were like, "We're not dealing with this," and so as a result of that, they have a 35-day work week, but they get paid for 40. And they have, just like the UK, you don't have to be in a professional job, but you get 6 weeks minimum vacation. And I think they pay for most of the vacation.
oh wow,
So yeah, it's a big difference. And so of course you
yeah,
can be happy like that. Can you imagine like if you start a new job, let's say you work in retail and you get a minimum 6 weeks off. So what is that? You can take 2 weeks off every okay, let's say you can take 1 week off every 2 months. I think I can deal with a job I don't like if I can take 1 week off every 2 months. Like I work 7 weeks in the eighth week. Okay, I'll see y'all next week.
right,
Or
right,
you could save it and put it all together. And because a lot of people from the UK, if you ever travel down to like Florida, those people come there and they spend 4, 5 weeks there just loving it, living it up.
yeah. I've heard like in France, like it's like even when they have like maternity leave, like they actually they would actually give you maternity leave, but even if you had to go back to work, they have like state sponsor. They have state sponsor there, and it's like they'll be there to raise your children, take care of your
Hmm.
household
Hmm. Hmm.
while you go to work, so you don't have to if you don't have to miss work,
Hmm.
and your children are taken care of.
Hmm. In Norway, I remember I went to school with a girl in Norway. She said that if you go out on leave, say maternity leave, that they will pay up to 60% of your salary for up to 3 years. So they walk
Mm,
the talk. Here, they give you 3 months, but you're not getting paid.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So how many people can do that?
right,
You have to be really blessed, in your family to be able to do that. Maybe you have an aunt or a mother or a grandmother that can take care of your child, you know, because who wants to? It has to be done sometime, but who wants to give their 3-month-old child over to a daycare provider?
right,
They can't tell you anything. If they're being mistreated, they can't tell you anything.
right, right. Yeah, I've seen videos of that. I was like, yeah,
Hmm. Oh, those people would be dead. I saw that. Oh my God, I've seen some of those too. Zero. I'm like, oh my God, did you see? Oh,
yeah.
woo.
I be like, hey kids, like, yeah. If I see that, oh yeah, shoot, I might go to jail. And be like, oh, where he at? Who hurt you? Where he at?
It's amazing.
Point him out. Like, yeah,
But yeah, we ought to have the same um, access like other people. I've known people
yeah,
that have lived in like right across the border from Canada. Say like in Michigan, some places like Detroit, Michigan. You can actually cross over the bridge or go across the river and go into Windsor, Canada. And I've known people that have gone there just to get medical care, because it's free.
yeah, heard about that. Like, I mean, heard like some people, like go to go to a place where you're with healthcare. They kind of like surprised, like, oh, well, paying like what? I mean, people that laugh at you, talking about you have how much it cost? They probably laugh at you. They laugh at you like what?
Hmm.
What cost?
Mm, mm, mm.
You ain't crazy. What you mean? How much it costs?
Yeah, we got a long way to go, and it like you were saying, it's the greed, that's built,
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
money.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a lot of stuff they're doing. Yeah, they not they not they don't care. About like what people are doing. Like I mean, even now, like just the cost of living. Some live in an apartment. Like the rent is so high. Like and I mean, some places, maybe like 1,200 or 1,000 on a place seems cheap in
Hmm.
certain places, but some places that's like that's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like all these places are building up all these condos and all that. I'm like, you building up all these condos, but you're not gonna fill them up. And I've seen some condos like where like they only got like 40% filled up, and they ain't making no money from it. So it's like
Hmm. And
you build.
gentrification is here today. I've seen it in my own neighborhood that I grew up in, and they run people out and they renovate, and then the people can't afford the places that they've changed over into condominiums that used to be apartments, and they
Yeah,
can't afford it, so they have to leave. Mm, it's
yeah.
sad, sad the way things happen. But this is what it is, and you have to know how to play the game because there's the game, and you're in the game. Some people don't even know they're in the game. And it's like, how are you gonna play the hand that you've been given? Because it
Uh,
can be rough. It can be rough. And no, life is not fair. It is not. So you have to make the best with what you have, and try to do better. Just I think one thing that bothers me so much is when I see the amount of capital that we as people of color have, but sometimes, many times, we don't use it for what we need to use it for. And I probably need to start doing some videos on that because there's a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki. He's Japanese
oh
American.
yeah. I know you're talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He has the Rich Dad channel.
yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And
Yeah.
I used to play that game online. Zero, you have to come by so we can do it one day. And
Huh?
if you know the book, he explains to people that uh, you don't need to be buying all of these toys. Like some people, people love, especially men who like cars, they love to have a brand new car every couple of years. And he says, it's nothing wrong with wanting that. He said, however, that is not an asset. He said, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it will decrease in value. What you need is an asset that is, i.e., something that is going to produce money for you. Take that money and buy the toys. And if you can learn how to do that and you can get with the right people, there you go. You can do that and then buy your toys with that. And that man, he started modestly, um, but he learned how to build businesses and he failed many times. But he's doing all right now.
I've ever read the book, but he has a YouTube channel. That's where I know him from.
Oh yeah, man! If you read that book, oh my goodness. That's why I said I invite you to play the game one day when I put the game up and I decide to do a live stream and I'll show people how to play the game. It teaches you how to think like that. And he has another book called, well, the first book was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and basically that was just about his dad, even though his dad wasn't, quote unquote poor. He called poor dad because his dad worked for the education system, and he was working for a paycheck, and he was
Yeah, I remember.
dependent on those people.
Yeah, I remember mentioning that.
Yeah. Whereas the rich dad was a businessman and he learned how to leverage people that worked for him, you know. And his dad ended up being poor at the end, even though his dad was a highly intelligent man. He was a professor.
Yeah.
Uh, but he didn't know how to handle his money. He kept buying new homes. And at the end, he was going to be running for like lieutenant governor or something like that in his state of Hawaii. And the powers that be went against him and blackballed him. And they said, you'll never work in this state again. You know, so he ended up being poor. But he was smarter, as an academician than the rich dad was. But rich dad knew how to leverage people and, start learning how to buy properties and things like that.
Yeah.
hmm So if we could learn how to think more and more like that and get our children to think more and more like that instead of always, you know, I have family and they were always buying vehicles, brand new vehicles and DVDs and movies and all of that. And I was just like, you all are spending so much money, but do you have anything saved? Do you, are you interested in buying maybe a duplex so you can so you can rent one side and you stay in the other and you build up like that. And there's other ways to do it too, but yeah, I would love to see. There was a time in this country where a lot of people of color had their own businesses, like the mom and pop grocery stores, um, beauty supply,
Yeah.
drug stores, things of that nature.
Yeah. I mean, and like, yeah, I remember hearing about that, and then what I've like kind of found out, and I mean, I even found like just even reading, and then like kind of hearing, some of the stories of people who probably, around that time, like saying like how I mean, pretty much like, a a good example is like Black Wall Street. Everybody loves talking about Black Wall Street, and talk about
Oh, I'm sorry. I
how.
wasn't looking at the screen. I didn't get to say goodnight to Ariel.
Oh yeah, yeah. I typed a good night. Then
Okay.
when, yeah, but like but yeah, like everybody was talking about how it's great. Of course, talking about the bombing, but what nobody actually talks about is like what happened after the bombing, which like yeah, it took them about like 5 years to get it back together, and they kept going because like when they, people talk about like oh the bomb destroyed Black Wall Street and that was it. I was like no, it wasn't.
hmm
But I mean they did get their stuff back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, well, in the same, yeah, of course it's not gonna be exactly how it was before, but they were able to still prosper. But the thing what really killed Black Wall Street was like when they wanted to integrate, and like like all the well-to-do black people when they had the chance to go move in those white neighborhoods they did, and of course when they did that started the whole white flight thing.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, cause like all the lawyers, doctors, and all that they 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 couldn't wait to get out and go there. So it was like when I seen that, I was like, oh, they won't stay in there because they felt that they were forced to stay there because they
Hmm.
had to. It's like that was like why like it's like hey, we was stay together. They had to work together, but
Hmm.
once they felt like they that they can go over somewhere else, see the grass is green and all that. They heard it, beloved. They didn't know what they had.
Hmm. I think what I didn't like that I saw when I would come back to visit my neighborhood was that we had a African American grocer. We had African American beauty supply, things of that nature. And I saw what was being done. Now, for example, I went to elementary school with girl whose dad owned the beauty supply. And my mother and I went in one day, and right across the street, cat a corner to it, a Korean beauty supply had opened up. Korean people owned it. And they were setting their prices lower. And my mom was trying to tell the people in the neighborhood when she saw them, don't do that. Don't go in there and pay 25 cents, 10 cents less because you're going to drive this man out of business, you know. And it's just a trick to get him out of business. Then they're going to go up on their prices. And she would tell them that they don't treat you with respect in there. Why would you go in there? And she went to talk to the gentleman that owned the African American beauty supply, and she said, "Why can't you lower your prices? Because people are just going in there in droves." And he said, "I can't." He said, "They're getting together with the other Korean um, owners, and they're buying these hair products in bulk, warehouse wholesale pricing." And he said, if I lower my price to what they have, I can't stay in business. Okay. And so she
Mm.
said, well, then why can't you do the same thing? He said, because the other black owners in business, they won't get together and do this. And I don't know why they couldn't agree, but they didn't. And he went out of business. And they went back up on their prices, just like she said. And it happened all over the city. And they were not respectful at all to people. And I hate it. And because the thing about it is that if you, as an African American, opened up or tried to open up a business in their neighborhood, they would not come and patronize you. That's a given. And that's what happened. And all the businesses got taken over. They burned out the grocers because they kept trying to buy their grocery stores. The now that was the Middle Easterner that came in. In my town, it was the Arab community, and they came in and they tried to force people out of their grocery stores. And if you wouldn't sell to them, the next thing you know, your store was on fire.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know, things like that. So I saw all of this growing up, and there's no there no Holly. Even we had remember when Blockbuster was real big, Arrows video,
yeah,
little
yeah.
mom
I
and pop.
remember. I remember Blockbuster. Yeah,
Yeah, so they had the mom and pop VHS stores and stuff, and they got put out of business, but they got put out of business more so because of the franchises like the Blockbusters and the
yeah,
Arrows and all of that. But it's systematically done, and if you're not careful, you'll get put out of business.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I think like a lot of those businesses, like if you either you manage to adapt, or you get swept away.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, but yeah, like if but like I remember talking to one of my elders that like I learned from. He was actually a freedom rider, even though he
Oh.
didn't even though he didn't actually participate in the protest, because they wanted him to do administration, even though he wanted to go out in the front lines. They told him that his skills were better useful
Hmm. Hmm.
in administration, so he had to do a lot of administrative work. But he was telling me like how like a lot of stuff was happening. He was telling me like after they did the whole civil rights bill. I mean deal with integration and all that. It's like a lot of lot of black people were like after that were really disenfranchised. They would say we did all that marching fighting for a cheeseburger. Eat a cheeseburger.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, yeah. I'm like, kind of find out like a lot of them were franchises, and what I didn't know about like civil rights movement, that like Nashville was the center for it. I didn't
Oh, I,
know that.
I wasn't aware of that either.
Yeah, I mean, like you remember like in the movie The Butler where they had like John Lewis teaching his fellow black students like
Mhm.
the training for the sit-ins.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was actually done at Fisk University. I mean, it wasn't done at the actual Fisk University, but that was like back then. That's where the train a lot of where that training was going on in Fisk University.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish they'd actually did the see it actually at Fisk, but they didn't do it there because I'm like
Mhm.
because I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's not Fisk University. I remember remember going through there many
Mhm.
times as a kid,
Yeah. Mm.
I would know Fisk if I seen it, but yeah,
Right.
but
Right.
but but yeah they did that, and yeah, I remember like yeah they had that because I remember they would cities were were rough, like like I think I mean of course movies don't show how bad it really
Oh
how
yeah.
bad it
It had
really
to be
got.
rough. It had to be rough. That's the reason when I was protesting when my son was smaller, I wouldn't take him with me because I did not want somebody to put their hands on him or to spit on him. I wanted
Mm,
him to see what was going on, but I knew that if somebody had spit on him, the next uh, breaking news, CNN, black woman puts her foot up. You know what I mean?
right.
I just like, oh God, I don't want to clown on TV. I don't want people to take this and say, see, yeah, because they always want to say that, see, you got an enraged black person. Well, sometimes you can make people become enraged, and so it's a
You,
good thing
you,
they had the training that they did.
the funny thing about it, like when I heard of stereotypes, the more I thought about it, it's like more I realized like like the same people that were making these stereotypes, they were the main ones doing all of it. Like I said, oh, this stereotype just self projection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, this don't even apply to like a lot of black people. Like, I mean, probably, maybe some of them have adopted them now, because they heard it so many times, and like, oh yeah,
Well, it's just like you said earlier about, value and this social hierarchy. It's all for people who want to try to make you feel, less than so they can feel more
yeah,
than. Feel.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And like like the same elder. He is like I think he said he went to New York and met Malcolm X, and he said when he first met him, he said he couldn't stand Malcolm when we first met him. Cause he was like, cause I think he was like, Baptist, how dare you gonna tell what to do? I'm a Baptist boy and all that. he, he, I mean, he hated Malcolm's guts back then, like with that, but he said one day he heard something like about like some I think it was like either some Russian or French person, it was like some Russian person like stole like a plane or something like that. Like he was like a spy. He was
Mhm.
like a spy was like defecting to America. So I think he flew the plane to France, then he flew it to USA, and then once he got there, they set him up with a whole new life. And then like Malcolm was like, look at it. He they got a Russian. He had civil rights, social security number. He started listing that whole lot of stuff, and when he listed out all that stuff, he realized like, oh, but he's right.
Mhm.
And that's when he started listening more to what Malcolm said. Even befriended Malcolm. Like I mean, matter of fact, he was actually there when he unfortunately got assassinated.
Oh my, he was one of the ones there. Lord
Yeah,
have mercy. Mm.
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, so like when I asked him about it, like when I was saying like I said the same thing I'm saying it's like one CIA dude. It's like no, there wasn't no one person there that was doing that.
Mhm.
I
Mm.
mean, maybe one person they got, but and the only reason they got him because when they did about to had him down, they about to kill him. Police had to break him off of like
Mm. 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 Yeah, now I did read that book, the Malcolm X book.
Yeah.
I remember reading that, and of
Oh
course
yeah.
I saw the movie.
I mean, did you see the documentary they did, like trying to
I
find
was
out who killed
supposed to, and I haven't, so I'll
him?
have to look that up and check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I seen that. Like, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, they find him, but it didn't, it didn't end the way I thought it was going to go in. I was like, man,
Mm, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
but I
But
was just like, I think last I know, Nathan Islam was like involved in it somehow. They might not been, maybe like the main members weren't directly involved with it, but
mm-hmm,
they knew.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They can say they didn't. I think they knew. Whether or not they agree with nothing like that, it didn't even matter. They knew,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't say nothing. It's like cause every time, because I remember one time I went to Nation Islam, and I remember I brought up Malcolm, and they was like, "Dog, Malcolm," they told me Malcolm died 'cause he messed with white folks.
Mm-mm.
I was like, I couldn't argue with it because I didn't really know that much at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
when I started looking more into it, like, okay, I ain't coming back because like. It was just like stuff they were saying. And then I think by the time I think when I was like going there to check it out, I think they had just started messing with Scientology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
You
like,
know what? That really got to me because I know that Minister Farrakhan has
yeah,
his issues, but when I found out
he's
that he
Scientology.
had allowed Scientology to come up in there, I said, "Oh no!" I
Yeah, I
lost
mean,
respect for him.
yeah, yeah, he's Scientologist.
Yeah, I lost respect because I know what Scientology is about. I listened to this
Yeah,
show that what's her name? Lisa Remini. Uh,
yeah, I know you're talking about.
yeah, it did, and she was talking about her time in there and how it's a cult, how they
I mean,
treat
I mean, all you gotta do is go to a service. Like I remember I went to one. I ain't never
people.
wanna go back. And
Mhm,
they, and it's like after they kind of do stuff, it seemed normal, and then they have this thing called group oddity,
mhm,
and like for 30 minutes straight, they'll have people like do say, hey, look to your left, look to your right, look down the floor, look to your right, look to your left. What's name about the right to your left? Look down the floor, look to your right. I mean, they do this for 30 minutes straight.
mm.
I said, y'all ain't sick. I know what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to brainwash somebody. It's like doing that, like,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
and, and I only seen that. I mean, I was at once. Like, think about that. If I was doing it every Sunday, or like if I had to come in multiple times. Like, think about how.
Well, I know one thing I used to love to see. Now I grew up in Chicago, so Nation of Islam, that's where they're headquartered, and I would love to see the men out in the street, bean pie my sister, bean pie my brother, because they had the best bean pies, and then they would sell their newspaper and things like that, and then they had a couple of restaurants there, and
Yeah, I mean,
my parents would take me to the restaurant to eat.
yeah, I think like a lot of the members from the Nation of Islam are like being misled, but they think you know they're doing the right thing. I'm like,
Right. Well, I don't know
I mean,
how they are on the inside or
right,
at home, but I do know this. I never saw a man that was in Nation of Islam mistreat a woman in the public.
right,
That's the only
right,
thing I can say. And they were
right,
always very respectful of women. When you are going
right.
to school and whatever, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so. Mm.
I've been seeing it either. So if they are doing it, they doing it behind closed doors. Nobody sees it. If they doing it, but I don't think they. I mean, I don't think they doing it though.
Hello, my beautiful sister. You know, hello. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway,
But it's like they don't want to deal with you. You know, I mean, they tone might change a little bit, but they ain't gonna be like ready to put their hands like nothing like that. But it I think something might happen though.
oh, we live and learn, and it's so much that's out there. And I try not to be.
Yeah.
Look at Miss Full Roller. Thank you, thank you. I said Lisa. It's Leah.
Yeah.
She used to play on King of Queens.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I
And
was like,
she
yeah,
tells an interesting story, and the people that come on the show, it's like once you get in there, it's difficult to get out. And
I can see because man, they are aggressive, especially if they find out you're an artist. Oh
yeah,
oh
Tom
yeah,
Cruise is in there.
yeah,
John Travolta.
yeah. Lawrence Fishburne.
Now, see, I knew this other gentleman was in there, but I didn't know Lawrence was in there.
Yeah.
Isn't the treatment of girls and women the reason why Malcolm left? I don't know.
That's what I mean. It's kind of like what I mean, but I think it was like Life Muhammad was like
Yeah, that was, I think, the
they
majority of the reason was that they were preaching things that weren't
yeah
necessarily, yeah. Because when he went on pilgrimage to Mecca, he saw a different, reality.
yeah
And
yeah yeah
yeah.
because he believed it was just like for like black folks only, but then we went to America, you seeing all different groups of people, and it was like,
Mhm,
and I mean by then, he'd already been like cast out by the Nation of Islam,
mhm.
and he was
Yeah,
already doing that.
and Farrakhan actually came to my high school. I remember, and I remember him speaking, and he's so abrupt, but he was right about some things. He said, uh, not that I believe this, but he was saying white ain't right, and then he said, look at you. He said, you eat sugar. He said, granulated sugar is white. He said, sugar cane is not white. He said, he said, they do something to it. They process it, they bleach it. And he said, it's bad for you. Salt, again, white. Don't eat that. White bread. Don't eat that. Wheat is brown. Wheat is not white.
Yeah,
Just going on and on and on. I went home and told my parents, and they were like, "Well, he has some truth to what he said, but he shouldn't be as as bigoted as he is." But now I can also understand why he felt that way, because at his age, he went through a lot during that era where
yeah,
people were very nasty, and especially in Chicago, people think that just because Chicago is a northern city, that it didn't have a lot of racial tensions.
oh
Chicago
yeah, oh
was the
yeah, yeah,
city that Dr. King got
yeah.
hit upside his head with a brick.
I know Chicago. I know. Like New Orleans was raised in the South because like when Martin Luther King had the Chicago Freedom Movement.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. The whites up there were very upset with him. Like, what you doing up here? What you doing up here, boy?
Exactly.
You
Why
supposed
you
to be down in the
messing with
South.
things up here?
You
And
supposed to be down in the South.
my he was the reason, that particular movement was the reason that my mother was able to obtain employment in the U.S. postal system, because they were holding the uh, the test. They would not allow people of color to take the civil service exam.
Yeah, because Martin Luther King was actually trying to get black folks more self sufficient. Like when he seen like, hey, this integration wasn't what I thought it was, so we're gonna try to do this. But but it was like he didn't give up on it, but he was like, yeah,
Mhm.
you know, it was a bad idea, to
Mhm.
do something different. But yeah, it was just like, I mean, it's kind of surprising like how many people don't know about it. But I can understand because they we hear done Martin Luther King. He said, "I have a dream," and after that, they don't talk about nothing else. You might hear about the voting, the Civil Rights Voting Act or something like that.
Mhm.
But other than that, you ain't hear about Chicago Freedom Act.
And
You
my
might,
father got a job after that. But now I'll tell you, that was just getting in the door. I'll tell
yeah.
you what happened. My mother said, and this is found to be true, that the a lot of Caucasian women, they really got the benefit of the civil rights movement, and all of the
Oh yeah, yeah. I
you know,
heard about that.
things that were passed. And what happened was they came in to work um, on the docks with the other people that had come in, and it was hard work. I remember my mother saying that they had heavy bags of mail, and some of them were weighing, in excess of 75 pounds. And so she had help with a gentleman who was a minister, and he decided to help her because she carried herself like a lady. Whereas some of the other ones, they would say, "Well, you all want women's lib, then you go ahead and pick up that mail," that type of thing. And so there were white women there, and after about a month, they started fading out. And so my mom was thinking with the other people, oh, I guess they couldn't make it. Well, guess what? She had to go to HR one day, to handle some business, and they up in the typing pool. So they took them out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I heard like white women still kind of benefiting from it
Mm,
because
oh, yeah.
yeah, I mean, because like a lot of benefits say like black people have like they're the ones that benefiting
Yeah.
from it the most.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and like thing about it was like the Black Panther Party was starting to do some stuff. It was starting to really unite people, especially like if Fred Hampton would have died, he would have he possibly could have been like the connection between all the race
Mm-hmm.
because of his NAACP background. Because like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them group of people were really listening to him, and they killed him for like you
Mm-hmm.
really could because they didn't want a black messiah, as they put it.
Well, now that's the organization that I found out had a lot of misogyny going on.
Oh yeah,
Angela Davis said that it was something else in there.
I
People.
mean, but then again, Angela Davis like kind of helped bring down the Black Panther movement
You think so?
because like I mean, cause she was working with Gloria Steinem who
Mm,
was hired who was sent by the CIA to
women's
to start
liberation.
start feminism,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of really having long term effects now because like I mean that's like even a picture of them holding hands up in the air doing the Black Panther Power Fest together and
Mm-hmm.
and, and like when I looked at it, like the whole Black Panther Party they were doing fine like I mean it wasn't seemed like everybody was getting along everybody was doing their thing and then next thing you know here come Angie Davis like say well we need to do this do that and blah blah and then like that happened and started like other stuff just started coming in like right after so I think I don't know I'm saying like that might have helped bring it down but
Mm-hmm.
wasn't I would
You
say I
think it
would
was
say it was
part of
called
it? Mm-hmm.
yeah
Okay. Okay.
oh yeah because I mean that's like a
That's an
lot of stuff
interesting
that
observation. Mm-hmm.
yeah that's a lot of stuff that like that I've heard about like that like you probably won't hear people talk about on on TV or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like stuff I like. I know like people who actually looked into it like really know. Oh yeah, it's like certain things. Like yeah, if I was just like to talk about it make you look at certain people in Black Panther Party different.
Yeah, yeah. There's a film I think you might enjoy if you, in fact, you haven't already seen it. It's Bill Cosby created this film for his doctoral thesis, and it's called Black History: Lost, Stolen, or Strayed. And it changed my life when I was in sixth grade. My social studies teacher showed it to us, and it just literally changed my life. The man, it's just a brilliant man, and it's too bad that he had so many issues that we weren't aware of. But that seems to be always the way. You can have someone who's a genius, have brilliance, and then they have deep-seated issues.
I don't even know if some of this is really his, but he might have had some stuff, but I don't think it's the way people said it was, because like it was just like something like what they were saying. I said, I don't think he would have been able to get away with that. Not
Well,
in those times.
so many people have zero like that. I can't think of his name. Was it Weinstein or Weinstock or something?
You talking about wives? I'm saying like Bill Cosby.
Mhm.
Cause like they were saying, like the whole, whole thing with the women and all that. I was like, yeah, Bill Cosby. Talking about a black man in the '60s and '70s get away with that.
Do you think it was in the 60s and 70s? I think it was more when he was famous and he had so much power, and you know how that casting couch thing goes. I mean,
They were trying to say like it's been, long time, but it's like even did, it's like, like the stories sound, a
mm,
lot of stories sound really, really
well, I'm
sketchy.
sure
It's
all
like,
of it wasn't the case, but I know
yeah, yeah,
one of those.
maybe, but then it's like,
Didn't
but it's
Beverly,
like,
what's her name? That model. Oh gosh, her name is slipping. I think her name was Beverly something or something Beverly, but she came out against him on that, and I was just like, wow, really? Um, it was
yeah,
just, but the one thing I
yeah,
like about that is that whether it's the case or not, what
yeah,
people tend to not understand is that
yeah,
I'm not going to um, say, okay, I'm not going to allow my children to watch the Cosby Show.
right.
He left a legacy of greatness, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Yeah. Even let's say he had power. He probably had that power. He probably was like protected by somebody, and I was like, okay, well, if he was doing all this, he must have ticked off the wrong person. And they're like, oh, okay,
Mm,
and
mm,
we're gonna start, saying stuff,
mm,
even if it ain't true or whatever.
yeah.
Just getting people talking, because like even saying, you did something like, like sex assault. Even if you've never done it, just saying it, you're already guilty.
Mm,
You got
mm,
to prove yourself innocent. So it's like
mhm, 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 mhm.
it's like and even after you're exonerated, you still did it.
Mhm, mhm. I
So it's
know.
like it's like once you're bad, you're accused of it. That's it.
Look, I was
That's it.
getting ready to go, but I wanted to ask what you thought about the R. Kelly debacle.
I don't need, what happened with that. I don't.
No, it's just that so many people was just having a fit because they thought they were trying to railroad R. Kelly, but R. Kelly,
Where were R. Kelly for what?
don't tell me you don't know what I'm talking about. You know all of the sexual exploits with the underage girls and all of that.
I was like, yeah, what railroaded? Like, did we not forget that he married Aaliyah at 15?
Yeah, I
Did
know,
we?
I know, I know.
I mean, railroading.
But there was people who thought that, and they were having a fit. And as a matter of fact, that show Boondocks discussed that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like, think about it, was like even after like the whole tape, he didn't go to jail for it, but I think he ended up going to jail when he I think he said he did it. I think he said like he did it like maybe like 33 more times before they said okay, we lock you up.
Oh no. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that.
Yeah,
Oh my
but it
God.
was like, I mean, but the thing about it was like it's like I mean, and it's not like he just like just going out snatching them. It's like parents are letting
Mm-hmm.
their children letting their daughters go off and mess this man. So it's like I can't really be all mad at him
Well,
because cause like it's like the parents you had a responsibility to keep your kids away from. So
exactly. Well, see, that's the reason I wanted the parents who uh,
right, they yeah.
accused Michael Jackson. I wanted them to go to jail because, you know,
Because like they had like, because like FBI released like surveillance tape of illegal surveillance of him and found out he never did any of that, but yet people are still saying that Michael Jackson did it, and like I think a lot of people assume he was innocent, guilty because he just wanted to pay people off, and I remember Paul Mooney said that he had made a joke to Michael Jackson, and like Michael Jackson just wanted to, pay him off, and that was like what Paul Mooney said. He said that's why I figured out Michael Jackson was a check writer. He just wanted to write money, write a check and make it go away. He didn't want to deal with it.
hmm hmm
So it's like when I guess we did that, he's like people are like, oh, you must be guilty then. We trying to
hmm
pay
hmm
people off. And not that he just don't want to deal with it.
Oh my gosh.
Cause look, cause I mean, even if you kind of like look at Michael, like, I mean, is it odd that he wants to play around with kids? Yes, it's odd, but like, it's like you kind of understand why too if you really look at it. Like he,
Okay, okay. See, the
I mean,
only
I mean,
way I would
yeah,
have done that, then say Michael Jackson had said, "Oh, Miss Kim, can your son and daughter?" Well, he would have said, "Son, come and stay over at my home." And I would say, "Oh, of course, Michael. Well, can he sleep in my bed?" I'd say, "Sure, as long as I can."
no, no, no. As a matter of fact, like when it come to that, like I think even when like kids want to sleep in bed, like Michael Jackson wouldn't actually want to sleep in bed with them. Like
Well, who knows?
no, no, I mean no, 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 that was like what would like from the kids that were actually there that didn't like that were actually there and nothing actually happened to them. They were like say yeah say we were going there. You said no, say sleep in bed. Okay, well I'll go sleep on the couch somewhere, something like that. Even
Mm,
you never sleep in bed with kids.
Zero. I don't know what went down in that house, but I do know this: the parents that tried to come after him should have
Yeah,
been put in jail because,
yeah, yeah,
especially the second ones, because I'm like, you already knew what the man had allegedly been involved in, so why would you let your child go and stay there, except for trying to
yeah.
extort money out of him?
Yeah, I mean, and even then, they already found that the kids who were telling the story found out that they were all lies, but yet the media never put that out.
Oh yeah, and I know, and Oprah had two of them on her show lately, and
Oh yeah, of course, Oprah will.
yeah, and they said that they
Oprah never,
lied then because they were afraid.
Oprah, Oprah never missed a chance to get at a black man. Never, never missed an opportunity. Her and Gail.
You say
Tell me
they
I'm
out to
lying.
get you, huh? They out to get you.
Yeah, any chance they could take down a black man, they hop, they jump right on it. They don't even
Well, how did
hesitate.
you feel about? I'll tell you how I felt about it. Remember when Mike Tyson, when they said that he raped that young woman?
I heard about it. But I only heard about it like later on. I don't.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Okay.
I think at the time I wasn't even paying no attention to no
Well,
news
never
like that,
mind
so I
then.
wouldn't.
Never mind. I was just gonna
I,
say
I mean,
that I
but
never believed it. I never believed
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because I know as a young woman that I had enough sense to know that if a man that I don't know says, "Would you like to come to my room and look at some pictures?" I'm like,
Right. Yeah. You know something will probably go there.
no, like no, no, I know what this is about, So no, like, I'm gonna call my daddy.
Right.
But I think that sometimes these women like that want to. I mean, it's clear some of them could be telling the truth, but like what happened with God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, when he got caught up with that woman at the hotel. I think that you have these people who are groupies, and I think they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he wants to be with me," and then next thing you know, it gets rough and crazy because they, for some reason, in this fantasy realm, they're thinking this person is going to treat me like somebody that they love, and I'm like, no, they're not going to treat you like that. They're going to treat you like what you are,
Right.
and then you cry rape, and it's just like,
Right.
now, of course, when somebody says no, I've had enough, you should stop. That's true, but
Right.
that's what I really think it's about, that they just end up, feeling so used and abused. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
what did you think they were gonna do? They
Yeah.
don't know you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, most girls say no. Okay. Say no. I ain't mean stop. No. You said no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We not playing that game.
I know.
We ain't
I
playing that game.
I told my son, if you ever are not sure, you need to get it in writing.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Get the contract. I forgot what the contract was, but yeah, but I remember like Dave had like the confidential contract.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you should have it in writing. You should have recorded getting it right.
Mhm, mhm.
And like saying, hey, I am not doing this under duress
And
or
the
anything.
rest, I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah. 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 Cause do it under duress, then they can make the contract null and void if you.
It's like, well, he made me sign under duress. No, are you under any duress on camera? Any duress at all?
Yeah. Am I forcing you to?
Right. Do you understand what the word duress means? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't think about going far, but yeah, probably should make sure they get the definition.
Yeah, because they try to take advantage of that, and
Yeah,
and it's sad that the world, but then the ones that I don't feel sorry for are like I don't remember what year it was, but the Atlanta Falcons were playing for the Super Bowl, and they were
yeah,
in Atlanta, and the captain of the team had his wife, his mother, and his children there, and he decided to go to the cheapest part of town in Atlanta and pick up a $2 hooker, and it burned him because they caught him. And I said, now you know what? I don't have any sympathy for him because as much money as he has, he could have put down $1,000 and had a high class call girl, up at one of those hotels on the 13th floor where the elevator doesn't stop unless the bellboy knows, who you are.
right.
And nobody would have ever known. And you wouldn't have taken the risk of bringing some disease home to your wife,
Yeah, sure.
But no, he had to do that. So my cousin, he had bet on the game, and he bet for Atlanta. And when I heard what happened, I called him up and I said, "This is the sound of your money," and I flushed the toilet. And they ended up losing. I was just like, I've never heard of anything so stupid in my life.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, what do you? I don't understand the reason for that. Like, why would you go and get a $2 hooker? Okay, right before the game. Right before the game.
right for the game.
Yeah, the night before they got him.
Oh, I just said right before the game. I'm like, wait, what? I thought I said right before. Wow.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you said right before, right? Right before they got had a like,
You
oh,
know,
I was
you
like,
know.
I said that would suck.
I just don't get it. Yeah, but that kind of thing, it happens. I remember they had this madam in I think it was Washington D.C., and they were trying to force her to give up her book of business, and the senators were, they wasn't pushing it. And I said that's because some of them
Yeah,
senators
yeah, I already know. I already know. I already know. I already know. They in the book.
So, they kill me with all that talking about pointing their finger at people. I'm like, okay. You might be in there too. But
You kind of got me thinking about that. You remember that that one guy that was like president of RNC, like that black dude that they put in there, like after Obama got put in there, and
talking
like
about the guy Michael Steele with the
I think so. He was a bald head dude.
yeah, he's bald on the top and but not on the side.
Yeah, yeah. You remember when you got in there, you mess up all that money. You was doing all kind of stuff, and he like buying. I think he bought the hookers too. I think he bought the high price hookers and all that, messing up all that money.
Oh my.
And they were so mad at him to my saying, we ain't even, I ain't vote for him in the first place, and all that. Then they really got on. He said, this is high tech lynching. I was like. I was like, if you don't go, if you don't go sit down somewhere, talk about this high tech list. I can't believe.
I think the one that got me that was hilarious. It seems like it would have been a Dave Chappelle skit was when they caught Marion Barry, the mayor of Washington D.C. And
I heard about that, but I don't know too much about it.
the only thing he kept saying, okay, so Zero, he was the mayor of Washington D.C. Like I said, and he was seeing this woman outside of his marriage, and her and him decided they were gonna go smoke whatever it was. I think they had crack cocaine. I can't remember what they had, and she had decided to go along with the authorities on this. So they had video cameras in there while he was lighting up. And then they all broke in there and accosted him, put him in handcuffs. And the whole time he kept saying the real word, but he said, "That beef set me up. That beef set me up." And I said, you know what? I don't have any sympathy for you, Marion Barry, because you knew as good a job as you were doing for the people, and the people loved him. That so much so that after he got through with whatever time he spent, he ran again for election, and they put him back in for mayor. But because he was really good for the city, he was. But
Yeah.
when they made so many jokes about that. B set me up. That B set me up. I said, oh my goodness. But he should have known they was looking to get him because they didn't want him to be the mayor in the first place. And I'm like, they're always watching and they'll follow you. It's just like when you
So
walk into a store and like, okay, I was in Best Buy one time. I was in California and I noticed, the loss prevention people at the front with the yellow shirts. um,
yeah.
they have video cameras. And so I noticed while I was standing there waiting for my husband that they were following around the people, the young men of color. And before I left, I gave one of them a tip. I said, you know what? Instead of you looking around and following those kids over there to the games, I said, you ought to be watching somebody else. And he was like, oh, well, we're not racial profiling. I said, but you're being stupid. I said, it's 85 degrees and that white woman is over there with the computers with a trench coat on. What do you think she's doing? you know,
Right.
and they ended up, he was like, he started thinking about it, and come to find out, she had one of those little bitty net books under her trench coat, a couple of them.
See, if I see anybody white in the trench coat, it's hot outside, I'm already walking out.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't, I
yeah,
ain't even trying. I'll be like, whatever shop I'm gonna put it all in back. All right,
right.
like, I'll come back another day.
Mm-hmm. Cause he was laser focused on them, though. It's like it's good.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So some people get away with so much because they know that they're not focused on them.
Oh yeah, yeah, that most definitely is true.
Anyway, let me see
But
what time it is. I got to get out of here. See, oh my goodness, zero. You know what? You ought to be shaming yourself keeping me up this way.
I mean, you be talking, but I tell you who really could talk. You remember Charlie Rangel when he got caught doing something? He talked his way up out of it. I don't know how he did that. He was just talking. I was like, man, this one he is slick as hell.
Well, see, that's how Clinton messed up because if you notice, they asked Bush the same question, and he said, I would not dignify that question with an answer. But see, Clinton opened his mouth. I do not know that I have not had sexual relations with that woman. Okay, well, you lied to the court, you know. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's how they got him. And
yeah,
and look
yeah.
at everything the current one is. Oh my, oh. Ooh, every time I have a visceral
Uh,
reaction every time I see or especially hear his voice.
are you talking about America's number one troll? Cause that's what he's doing, trolling people.
Oh,
I mean, I
oh,
mean,
it's
I mean,
visceral. I'm just like,
yeah,
because
yeah. I mean, yeah. You're supposed to feel that way. That's why he's in there.
yeah, well, he's the antithesis of everything that I hold valuable, and moral. And I'm like, so the people that clearly like him are the people that want to be like him.
But you know what? But you know what? Trump is actually showing you like how politicians really feel about people because like
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
like you politicians like pretend like they like you, pretend
mhm,
like they not like that.
mhm,
Cause
mhm.
I'm like I mean 'cause I know I've like I've worked with the Democratic Party and like Democratic Party they don't they I
Oh
mean
yeah, all of
yeah
them have.
yeah
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah yeah all yeah they
I'm not in a fantasy realm. I understand
yeah
that.
yeah yeah I'm not saying one side better because they really both on the same side at the end of the day but yeah like people would think like oh Democrats are for black people now they so for black people how come how come they don't give black people opportunity at the Democratic Party like that?
Wow.
Cause I don't see. I mean, I think like when after I like helped out the Victory Cafe, I think I done seen like white people who were working there, like they might have had a job, but at some point they end up getting a job working for them, like a paying job working at working at the Democratic Party. I'm like,
Mhm.
and I think like sure I've been helping out, I've been volunteering too,
Mhm.
throw some opportunity your way. Ain't never did that.
Mhm. Yeah.
They, that's like they like why am I here and all that? And I mean even like I've even seen like some conversations that like I've even heard some conversations like that like Democratic candidates have where they think nobody ain't listening.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was like, oh, okay, that's what y'all think about black people. I mean,
I think that's the reason I liked watching All in the Family and the Jeffersons because they said how they felt, and I liked how George Jefferson
yeah,
was. He's like, I don't care about them.
like thing about Trump, he gets like different reactions at different people. It's like a lot of people like him. Yeah, it might be some that like feel race or whatever, and other people might like him because he's not politically correct. Because like we've been bombarded by political correctness,
Mhm, mhm.
and he's not doing it. So a lot of people do that. I mean, of course, some people think he's here. He's secretly here to, to help, to help the world somehow. And I'm like, yeah, you're living in a
Mm,
fantasy land. Because I mean, if you didn't pick the president, believe me, the president's chosen, not elected.
mm-hmm.
I
Well,
mean,
you know, I think he looks more at your not necessarily at color, but
yeah,
how much money you have.
yeah.
Kind
I
of
mean, I
like
mean, I
a
mean, the
feudal
leader.
system.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been under feudalism, like just like
Mhm.
we had the black class that like the serfs, and you got the
Mhm.
white class, which are like so-called hybrid. It doesn't necessarily mean just say white doesn't necessarily mean Caucasian. I mean,
Mhm.
Arabs fall in the white category, Indians, some Africans fall into it. I think like northern Africans fall into that
Mhm.
category. I mean, well, that's some group. I don't know. I don't know if Mexicans have into that category. I don't think I don't know if they necessarily have, but
Probably not. You know why? I mean, I can't be for sure. I haven't done the research on it, but I do know that you can get into a bad argument if you call a Spaniard Mexican or a Mexican Spaniard. They do not like that because a Spaniard is from Spain, and even though they speak Spanish, they don't want you to call them Mexican because that's European. See,
yeah,
yeah, I've had that. I've had that happen incident where a neighbor of mine was named Rodriguez, and I said because I was living in Atlanta, and I said, are you originally from Mexico? No, no, I'm not. I don't have anything to do with Mexico. My family is a descendant from Spain. I said, oh well, excuse me.
yeah. I mean, because like Spain isn't originally a European thing, but yeah, I mean, but even Spain, like I was like, Spanish like actually treat black people better. But I mean, uh,
Well, that's where the Moors come from, and
yeah, I mean,
Othello, and
yeah,
when Hannibal crossed
yeah.
those Alps and
Yeah, I
came
mean,
down.
because Spain was like when more there was like the learning capital of the world.
Mhm, mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, it's like and then, like in like women could become doctors there. So it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah, but I remember reading and sharing with my kids the University of Timbuktu in
mm,
Africa, and I was just saying, oh yeah, we had universities, yeah, people came to us, Europeans came to us to learn,
yeah,
and
I mean, yeah,
hmm,
yeah. I mean, thing about history is they tried to make it seem like they all running stuff,
yeah,
but I think they just been running stuff maybe like a little
yeah,
over 200 years.
yeah, they have to burn up, everything
Yeah,
and get rid
yeah.
of
I mean,
they
yeah.
don't want
I mean,
it known.
yeah, 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 yeah. Think about like history, like Black history. Like the first thing they want you to learn that you were enslaved. That's the first thing they want you to
Mm-hmm.
learn in
Mm-hmm.
history, in Black history. You were enslaved.
But Zero, check out that film. You can see it on YouTube. It's called Black History: Lost, Stolen, or Strayed, and
Yeah,
it's an excellent little documentary that Bill Cosby did for his
yeah,
doctoral thesis. Excellent. It changed my life as a sixth grader, and I never turned back. And I share it with everybody. You know.
yeah. Yeah. I think I see something like Bill Cosby talked about like the birth of a nation. I don't know if that
Mhm.
that like
Mhm. Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
I have seen some of it. Yeah, yeah,
And the thing that was astonishing to me is how he showed different works of art from artists like the likes of Picasso, and and then he showed unknown African artists that pretty much Picasso had made an exact replica of it.
yeah. I mean, it's like thinking about it. It's like dark skinned people weren't, were like just up and changed. Like a lot of were, just living regular people. Now, some parts, yeah, were some racism, yeah.
Mm,
But I mean, most part, it's like a lot of dark skinned people were pretty much free. Like even here in America, a lot of dark skinned people are free now.
oh
Were there
yeah.
some
I guess
slaves? Yeah,
the reason I really love that film is because I like showing it, especially to young people,
right.
because it gives you a sense of pride.
Right. I
You
mean,
know, and I
and
used to read to them all the time. I have a huge book with has black scientists, black inventors, black artists, black physicians, black
oh yeah,
musicians, and
yeah.
I would have them look at it and we would read it together. But I wanted them to know this is who you come from.
And one video you should check out, which I was kind of surprised that he actually did it. One of my friends actually told me about it. And I checked out. I was like, oh man, it's like a lot of good, a lot of good info that like a lot of people don't know. Glenn Beck actually did
Glenn
did
Beck.
like yes, yes, surprisingly he did what called like the Black Founding Fathers and like a lot of like showing like like in the Civil War and like not Civil War but the Revolutionary
Oh,
War.
the
And
people that okay, and then
yeah,
did
I mean,
he
I mean,
go
I mean,
into
I mean,
Reconstruction too?
well, yeah, he actually showed. He had like historians come in and explain like showing like how like like
Ah,
like some that like the black people wanted like there was like this one spot called James Armstead like who was standing beside George Washington. Like I think people assumed he was a slave, but he never was a slave. He was like George
ah,
Washington's top spy. He infiltrated the British Army and infiltrated so long they didn't even know he was even part with them. He he infiltrated the army,
mm-hmm,
was integrated into the British side, and then he moved
mm-hmm.
to France. And
Mm.
after the war was over, he came back to America, and George Washington like thanked him for
Mm.
his service.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's like you right. They might be like an hour so long. Should be
Okay.
still on YouTube. But I was like, hold on, what are you doing? He said, I know. He said, I know what you're gonna say, but you got it's a lot. It's a lot of truth in there. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I
Okay.
was like, I was surprised. I heard, Glenn Beck. Like Glenn Beck.
I stand astonished. Okay.
Yeah. I remember one time I tried to tell somebody about that. He said, no, Glenn Beck is always lying. Like I said, so you tell me you not even gonna listen to him even if he tell you the truth. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, okay. I was like, he was that adamant that he don't even want to hear the truth even if it comes from his mouth. That's right. I was like, okay.
Well, okay, Zero. I am
Uh,
out of here. It's
yeah,
3 o'clock, and
yeah. I think I stayed. Yeah, I think I
the
stayed
next
on here
time I
long.
see you, brother, I'm gonna keep going.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes. It's like 2 o'clock over here right now, and I done stayed up here like over 3 hours. So
Well, it was good. I enjoyed talking with you. I
yeah,
wanted
same
to
here.
holler at you. Because I had the opportunity and I just was looking through. I was just about to shut down, and I said,
Yeah,
"Oh, Zero's on." Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I think I might do one tomorrow. I think I might do one tomorrow. I think I might try to do it maybe like early evening or something like that.
All
But
right. If I'm available, I will sure stop by. Uh, had to work tomorrow, and if I'm not too tired, I probably will start looking around.
okay,
Hmm. Oh, Miss Full Roller says she
you
enjoyed
should.
listening
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, thank you.
in.
I know. I was like, I mean, I was just like talking. I think if nobody came in, I think I probably would have stopped about like a little over, maybe an hour and a half or something like that. I think I remember one time I did like talk by myself like 3 hours. I was kind of surprised I talked for that long because I don't really be not really a talker like that.
Oh, shoot! You were talking tonight.
Yeah, yeah, because I had some good comment to talking with.
Okay, my brother. I will
Okay.
see you later on these YouTube streets, and you take care, okay, and be safe.
All right,
Okay,
you
and
too.
Miss Full Roller and anybody else that's still here, same for you all. Take care, be safe. Talk to you guys on the YouTube streets.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
All right. All right. So thank y'all for. I guess I'm gonna end this because it's already getting too late. But shout out to Purple Paisley. Let's see. Shout out to give my shout out. Shout out to Sunny. Let's see. Shout out to Keisha. Shout out to Ture. Shout out to Rainy Woman. Shout out to Nico. Shout out to Web 7 Cafe. Shout out to Miss Full Roller. Shout out to Winners P. Shout out to Ariel. And shout out to Rattle Trap Fishing. So yeah, thank y'all for coming through. I really enjoyed it. I thank everybody for him on the panel, Rainy Woman, Website Cafe, and Ariel. Thank y'all for gracing my panel with your presence. I really appreciate it. And in it, but I'm definitely gonna try to come on here tomorrow evening. I mean, I do want to try to get it early enough so I catch Miss Full Rollers game night. I'm so sure she got a decade. She gonna be playing around. Go have everybody playing. So I wanna be able to have enough time to do that. So thank y'all for coming through. Hope y'all have a great night. All this is about rich people and heading off uh, on the outro.